Hey, you surprised me. What's up, guys?
Well,
What is
well,
up?
well.
Man, it has been a minute, man. It has been a couple of months. Actually, it feels like a
It
year. I haven't seen
has.
you guys since Christmas. How you guys been? Been good?
Been living
Well, I
the
know I've seen you
life.
since. Yeah, been living the life. Yeah, same here.
Busy,
Uh,
busy, busy, huh?
yeah. I mean, I'm not complaining. I could be like wishing I was busy, right? I think we can all agree to that. I know
Oh,
we've all
yeah.
been busy. Um, but nothing new under the sun. Still got, of course, it's tax around. I would say it's tax quarter, I like to call it, not tax season, but been kind of just getting that stuff. Time.
No,
I
it's extension time.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I pay taxes in October. How about you? But
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm
Just
actually
did mine
next week.
last night.
Oh gosh, yeah, I finally I knocked out. I didn't complete it, but I got close to it to filing. I got a lot of stuff I have to knock to add to it, but I find myself having to do everyone's taxes. It seems like my dad's, my daughters, and a couple of friends because they don't want to deal with it. But I'm like, I need to get my shit done, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
Oh crap! If it isn't, who is this? What's up, Terry?
Not
What up?
much. How you guys doing?
What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you guys.
What's
Mm.
up, Terry?
How you been, man?
Nothing,
You
man.
you been good, huh? You look happy. I
I'm
love it.
very happy. Yeah, very happy.
Well, you're in Texas, so I
Of
feel
course, the greatest republic in the nation.
that's right. I actually saw something. I think it was an article or a post or something that says how Texas is becoming the most important state in the union or something like that.
Yep.
I already know that, but it
Only
has
like
to do
degree.
with what's going on politically, of course. But and there's a lot of stuff going on, especially at our border, and then we're
Yep.
running up on an election here. We got Bitcoin almost just about hit 70K for a minute and then drop back down. But
Right.
so anybody take any profit on that Bitcoin rush? Anybody? No.
Nope.
My buddy did. My
You're
buddy
wait. Wait.
took 70,000 out. So
Really
yep,
nice.
and then
Nice.
redistributed it into 10 different plays at 10K each. Now he's up on
Okay.
those exponentially too. So he's got the money to play with like that. I don't. So
Yeah, gotta love alt season.
I am
Throw
nickel
it in
down.
alt.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped buying Bitcoin when it hit 57. I said it's a little bit too high, so I started throwing in alts.
There you go.
But
Yeah,
then
I never stop. I never stop
Just throw it in. Right.
buying Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, after meeting Chris Cruz, I got smart and I put it in a trust. I put it away because I was very tempted.
Yeah.
I probably would have. No, don't get me wrong. I took some out and bought a house, right? That's crypto, so it's a start, right? But then, of course, as did its run up, I bought something else with another Bitcoin wallet that I had. I was telling you guys earlier that my wife didn't realize I bought. It took about a good month, and she was like, "Something doesn't smell right." That's pretty funny, but yeah. So I took a little profit, of course, and I know, of course, it's always going to be a dump, right? But what I liked is it settled higher than where it was, so that's a good sign. So it's got a new high, right? It's got a new bottom or a new. It's got its new low, I guess, but
Higher lows.
higher lows, yeah. So that's a good thing, and that's very promising. Of course, I don't know. There was a lot of boom going on in the market, right? We had Shiba dumping, and I mean, it's weird that the Bitcoin was going straight up, and the other markets were
That,
dropping, of course.
that
But
was all the BlackRock money coming in, though, wasn't it? Really? That was big money, right?
I wasn't. I didn't even know where it was coming from, honestly.
yeah, the inflows were crazy a day. It was like
I just saw it running up. I was like, okay. I was getting my notifications, Bitcoin at 68, 69, 70. I was like, what the hell's going on? And I've been so busy, I haven't been able to haven't had a chance to follow the market. And then once I saw my exit and I took it, right. And, which is good, but I'm still in it, of course. I got something I can't touch because I'm still waiting for that $1 million Bitcoin, as one of the guys in this market and the guys in the space always say, but I'll take 125K. That seems a lot more
Yeah.
feasible to me. But
I mean, that's the way I see it. If the halving, the election this time next year, 125,000 Bitcoin is doable.
Very doable.
Yeah,
We have like
guys, no, not I wouldn't say go out and buy Bitcoin, but definitely diversify. Gold and whatever, mutual funds, whatever you're getting into, real estate. But
Well, I don't buy any gold. I used to.
yeah,
I don't buy any gold anymore.
trade it, right? I know that.
Oh yeah, trade. Yeah.
I haven't gotten into the trade. My dad was buying it for a bit. That's one of his part of his portfolio. He's trying to get me to get into it, but I was just like, I'd just rather just trade it. And speaking within now he's got some things that he's working on with that. I don't know if you guys have talked to him about it, but that's some crazy stuff.
Yeah, it came up on Crypto Pride's live stream. Came up about that bot and everything.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. But it takes money to make money, right? So what I'm doing is I'm building some bags so that I can, I just bought a house, and the thing is I can't just buy a house, buy a couple of toys and then go lose my wife won't like that, Crypto is, it's such a, these bots.
Yeah, look into the next bull run before I pull out any serious profit.
Yeah.
Before I was married, I was like, I do whatever the hell I wanted to do, but now I got to ask for permission. What the hell just happened? What the hell happened?
Yeah, you can get called the carpet nowadays.
Where's your finger?
Yeah, it is right there, man. That's it.
I just take names.
Yeah, here's my finger.
I want.
Right.
You're like,
here's my finger.
Oh, thank you. I'm number one. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Me and Chris Cruz just play the field. We do whatever the hell we want.
Whatever, man. You're looking for a finger, man. Shut the hell up.
Listen, I learned a long time ago that
I'm sitting there on Tinder begging.
I don't want to explain to anybody why I spend too much money on my kids, why
I got you, man.
Why I have my toys, that kind of stuff. And
yeah, I definitely got stopped in my tracks because I was on, I was single for a bit and I was just doing whatever I wanted to do. And and now it's like, but there are some benefits, a man who finds a wife finds a good thing is my belief, it's in the Bible. And that's just a proverb that, but you got to find a good wife and not just anyone, right? All right. Greek. It ain't just anyone. All right. She's got to, not all women are not all men, not all women are the same.
Once I get my toy, then I'll find the wife. Okay.
Your Lambo?
Nah, he wants that truck.
No, his truck.
Oh, is it Elon Musk?
Great. Whenever you get it, I'm going to drive up to where you're at because I know you won't make it down here because there's not enough charging stations.
I'm actually flying down to Austin April 16th.
Well, you know what?
He didn't even hear you.
Really? Dude, we'll go have lunch, dude, for real. All right? You're like literally an hour and a half from me, Austin, so.
Yeah, my cousin's getting married, so I'll tell you whatever day I got free. Man. They got stuff planned.
You gonna go to Tesla or something and check it out, or what you gonna do? You go to the plant, you go to SpaceX.
I have no clue.
That's what everybody does.
I wanted to go to the plant, but then I'm like, I don't want to see my trucks.
Yeah. We all sad.
You know what would be cool?
Actually, I could get my truck now. I did get my rereservation for Foundation Series if I want to put in for it, but I don't want to pay the damn markup, which is understandable.
You're right. You talked that there earlier. Don't do it, dude. It's not worth it. You're just because you're kind of you're kind of a guinea pig or something like that.
Somebody did have a Foundation Series. I was at the Tesla by my house, and the guy let me check out the truck, so it was pretty sweet. Once I saw it and see, I'm like, no. I
haven't seen one up close, right? Obviously, I'm a GMC guy, but I want to check it out. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I love tech, so obviously, and
is it Rivian? Is it the other?
Yeah, that's another one.
Dude, all I'm gonna say is the Cybertruck doesn't even compare to a Chevy.
You're right. 100%.
Chris Cruz does have a badass truck. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You actually saw. You were there.
That's a badass truck.
Yeah, he does. I ain't gonna lie. He's got a toy. He's got a couple of toys, right? I don't have a. I mean, I have a GMC, but it's just stock. Like this guy's crap. He does all freaking. Got some tires and it's paid off. He's living the. That's it right there. Man. He's winning.
That's because his flux capacitor still works.
Yeah, right. But I mean, would I buy a Cybertruck? I mean, I'd have to be. I wouldn't be able to. I'd be balling. I wouldn't be able to.
I wouldn't turn it down. I wouldn't turn it down.
One. I wouldn't buy the Foundation. I'd probably buy the one that you're talking about.
I'd do it
just
the
to
way
have
Greek's
it.
doing it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be my.
But it wouldn't be my daily driver.
Right. It'd be just take it out and tear up some ground with it and come back.
Oh, it's gonna be my daily everything.
You commute what, 20 minutes to work?
I was
now?
just going to use it to
Yeah,
charge
30
my truck.
minutes. So it would be perfect. I'd just come home, charge it every night. It's great. It's got plenty of room for my golf clubs.
You saw that picture that Jocko sent?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the one in the driveway, right? That was big old nice
exciting.
house too. That was a nice house that he drove by too. Like,
And then he just sends us those pictures of gators, man.
yeah.
Here's one for you. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, I mean, I'm not down there right now, but are you? How far are you guys from San Antonio?
I'm about 3.5 hours, maybe 4.
Let me ask my navigator real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know where I live.
I'm on the north. I'm on the north west side of Houston, so I'm probably a little closer than I was a couple years ago. 3 or 4 hours.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna drive down to San Antonio or fly, but I'm probably gonna be down there in
When are you doing that?
September.
Well, hell yeah, man! You guys gotta let me know, man. You coming to my neck of the woods? I absolutely. San Antonio's 4 hours. My sister-in-law lives in Austin, so it's like. I mean, I drive 3 hours a day anyways, honestly, so that ain't nothing.
Well, I'll go through Houston. Wouldn't I go through Houston, go to San Antonio?
Are you
from the
landing? You're flying to
northeast?
Houston is what you're doing, and then you're gonna get.
No,
a
driving.
I don't
drive?
think you will.
Yeah,
Well, I think I
might
would
avoid
drive.
it.
I'd drive from Destin to San Antonio.
The funny thing is, my cousin who's
might,
getting
you
married lives in Houston, but he chose Austin because he likes the venue out there.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
they
just
got
shy
nice-
of 3 to Austin, and I'm 4 to San Antonio.
Austin's
You're
got some
what?
nice
You're
views.
4 hours.
4 to San Antonio, and just about 3 to Austin.
Yeah, that means you're probably about 2.25 from me, man.
Yeah, I'm downtown Fort Worth, basically.
Yeah, I'm actually planning to go to Frisco either this weekend or next weekend. I'll text you, man, if you're around. We'll grab some stuff. I'm riding with my buddy up there. He's got a Harley, so we're about to take my bike up there. I'm gonna ride a bit. Some nice places to ride up there.
Nice.
What's
And,
up,
so I'll be
Crypto
around.
Pride?
What up, Pride?
Right?
Pride in the house.
Vitruvian Maniac.
What's up, folks?
What's up,
We appreciate
guys?
you guys tuning in, man. It's been a while since we've got to get together and talk. We've been busy. No excuse, but we've still been in contact via text and every now and then and group chats. So I appreciate you guys keeping me in the loop.
Oh.
But I definitely miss talking to you guys. You guys, the best part of my week, man. I get to hang out with my buds, man, and just talk shop.
Is he messing with the water bottle?
Yeah. Damn
Yeah, you
dog.
hear it? You can hear it in the background. Oh, I got me a dog too. I was going to tell Confirm. I got me a Shiba Inu, man. I saw his. So
Oh, didn't you send a picture or something?
I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. She's getting bigger. These Shibas, man. They're
You
jerks.
did send a picture, and then we all started sending pictures of
Yeah.
our dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dog will eat your dogs,
Yeah,
all of them.
Yeah.
But your dog's a man killer. Mine's man's best friend. There's a difference.
No, my dog's like, he loves me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The pugs the pugs
Oh,
have the
this-
best personality though.
I have not talked to Fowler in probably a month.
I think I saw a message from him about a month ago. Hope he's doing well.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from him or anything like that, so I'm not sure.
Neither have I.
He's a busy man.
My daughter's a Tibetan Mastiff, so it'll eat some dogs and coyotes and wolves.
I didn't know you had a dog like that.
No, my daughter does. Yeah.
That's a big
Oh,
dog.
We had a
okay.
Catahoula mix, but yeah, we had a very expensive weekend. Had all of our teeth done, all of our glasses done, an emergency vet, and a goodbye farewell ceremony, cremation. So that was a very $12,000 weekend. So
Jeez, man. Sorry to hear that.
so no dogs right now.
Yeah, I actually wasn't planning on getting one, but I just told my
married.
wife and the girls. I was like, "We'll go look." 'Cause they keep, "Come on, we want a dog." I'm like, no. We just got the house.
Dude,
I'm
all
like,
they do as soon as you agree to go look, it's
I know,
done.
man. Well, I mean,
My friend went to go look, and now he's got 2 dogs.
Yeah.
Look, I
Don't
love this
go
dog
look.
so much. I almost went and bought her a freaking, a mate. Bought another one. And,
Kryptonian.
yes, sir.
Her-
What's up,
your
Crypto
kids-
Ref?
Your kids and your wife looking at dogs like you going to Cabela's looking at the new import gun or something.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. It's my little
What that
Don't
one?
be-
MP5 back there. Yeah.
You can't be
Uh,
talking about Cabela's, man. The one that by me shut down. They moved
Why?
to Bass
Really?
Pro Shop.
Oh,
now.
Bass Pro Shops. Yeah, man, they're getting kind of woken a bit, I think, is what I've heard.
I
There's
thought
some wokeness
Cabela's.
going
I
on.
thought they're the same company.
Yeah,
No,
they
that's
might
what
be-
I'm saying is that we don't have the Cabela's anymore. That it's
it's now
the
Bass Pro.
Shop.
Yeah, they must have merged or must have been an acquisition or
Okay.
something.
Yeah, but we have a Field and Stream up.
We used to have one out
It's
here. in
up there
Houston.
by
me see one as
what's
well.
his name's house.
Aren't we getting Winchester? Or where'd Winchester go? Because you're leaving that small town they were in.
I
Outside.
don't
New
think
York.
one to Texas.
I think yeah,
Did they-
Winchester.
yeah, they're coming from New York, right? Aren't they up in New York?
Yeah,
or-
yeah. Some small. It's just a small area. They call it a village. It's a town. So it's like a village. It's not even a real city.
If they post up, I have to go check them out. I've got me a Winchester 3030 lever action,
Yes.
rifleman. So I've got me one of those. That's more of my nostalgia going on there. But
Yeah.
I love me some Winchesters. It's just America. You know what I mean?
America.
It's America. What's up, Biz? What's up, Crypto Rav? Appreciate you guys joining us. It's been a minute. Guys. It's been a minute. But the cool thing is there's a lot of things going on in both markets, both in off chain, on chain. The economy's it's in the toilet right now. We know why. But crypto, I think in the last few weeks with what happened with Bitcoin, I think that opened up a lot of eyes, across the globe, especially,
Yeah. And you're
and all
seeing more
those-
and more IRAs let Bitcoin be in it. You're seeing more banks
Yeah,
starting
yeah.
to pile up on the Bitcoin. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember when I was doing something. I was talking about doing taxes earlier, and now there's that question: do you have any cryptocurrency, digital currencies you'd like to claim? Right? And I'm like, no, of course not.
Nope.
Of course not.
The boat sank and it was on my boat.
Yeah.
Lost my boat too.
My USB drive my USB drive crashed, so no, I lost it all in a crash when I lost my guns on the boat. But I'm looking forward to the next. I would say next few months. I think it's going to be very interesting because it is election year. I love this time of year because, this is when you get to see all the craziness in the U.S. If you're into if you're into politics, this is when it gets. This is like my Super Bowl here.
This
I love
is a stupid. I mean, I'm old enough that I've seen this stuff. Jimmy Carter was. This is exactly what Jimmy
He's
Carter
worse.
did to the country, man.
Worse.
And Joe Biden,
Biden's
I listen. If anybody out there is supporting Joe Biden through all this stuff, I don't know who's in charge, but it's not Joe Biden. The Joe Biden that you were a fan of for all those years and everything like that. This isn't that Joe Biden, dude. This is. If you go look at this guy 20 years ago, the things he was saying are the exact opposite of what he's doing now. So I mean, I just it doesn't make any sense to me. It's not, I don't know, but the political pendulum, they've done this so many times, and even in my lifetime, they just trash the economy for some stupid reason. And then it goes back the other way, and everybody gets very conservative. I mean, like when Reagan came into office, it was like very conservative, turning things around, doing certain things. I mean, it wasn't the best ever, but still. And I don't know if Trump's going to be better or whatever, but a change is what people are going to want. And Trump's going to be the guy that's going to, take advantage of that change that everybody wants.
Obviously, the economy, I want to see a change in, obviously, in a positive way. We were talking about that earlier, in my business. I am busy. I was talking about, I do have more billable hours. I am, there's a lot more time that I'm spending out in the field and acquiring more accounts, right? Which is great. But my margins are down.
Yeah, working harder to make less.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
it's
what
because
it
of
is.
inflation and all that stuff. So it's a facade. It's an illusion. Now, obviously, I would love for the economy to do well. But what I'm most excited about is if we get Trump in, because I will be voting for Trump, is he's going to close the damn border. Because what's happening with just, Lake and Riley, what happened just a few weeks ago, how this woman was beat to death and assaulted.
Did you say Lincoln Riley or did you say
Lincoln.
Lincoln?
I said Lincoln. I'm not senile, man. I'm not your age. And I'm just joking.
I want to talk. Oh, you know what? I haven't done this in a while.
Thank you.
Oh, goodness gracious.
All right, now we can talk.
Finally got to say.
What's
I
that
want to
bill-
talk about this comment here. I want to talk about here.
All right, go ahead.
So a long time ago, I saw an interview, and it's out there, and it's not like it's being made up or anything like that. But Obama, someone was talking to Obama. They were doing an interview with Obama, and they were like, "Are you going to miss being gone and everything like that?" And he's like, it'd almost be like if I could be in my sweats and in my basement and talking into somebody's ear and just telling them what to do, but I didn't have to be, visible and all that. So I can see this comment and everything like that. But I'll tell you this. I mean, there's a lot of things that Obama did that I didn't agree with, but ain't no way Obama's in charge doing the stupid things that they're doing now, dude. Even Obama's probably like, what did he say? That he said that don't underestimate Joe Biden fucking shit up, or whatever. I mean, Obama wouldn't be doing. He'd fix some of these things. He'd do things different.
The border
if
wasn't
anything,
as wide open with Obama.
didn't he? Yeah, didn't he? Wasn't he like the president in recent times? He deported the most amount of people.
Well, he deported the illegal aliens, but he imported guns. Kind of weird guy. I don't know.
You know that they got to be sitting. Even Obama's got to be sitting there like, what is he doing?
Yeah,
and
I
don't even think it's
what they're doing.
I don't even think it's Biden. I don't think it's Biden that's doing it.
I don't
That's
know.
what my
Biden
thing
what
is.
the hell's going on. I still am convinced on that. That guy's so lost.
I actually feel bad for the guy. He just, they got.
I think
Well,
that
if you know Biden from years ago and everything like that, and the things that he'd say
Way
stupid
different
things,
guy.
but he stood for certain things, and you could get behind some of these things. But that's all out the window now. I mean, some of these things, I'm like, you were against this a few years ago. Now you're like, I don't even understand it. But
well, they probably tell him, look, you're gonna go down. We're gonna build a legacy for you. Just do what we tell you to do. You're gonna go down as the greatest president in the world because your whole freaking career as a politician was sucked. It sucked, man. So we're gonna let you go out, as a shining light and on a hill or whatever. And he's like, okay. So he's definitely being manipulated or being controlled. Who's controlling it? Who's controlling him? I think the same yeah. Same people that have been doing it, I think honestly, presidents are just placeholders. I think Trump was the only one that was kind of an outsider. At least that's what it appears to be. He was an outsider. He can't be bought, and he came in with his own money.
So much.
Well, he's the only president left office with his net worth less than when he went in.
Yeah,
That's
true.
true.
Hey, so I got a question for you guys.
I could understand that to a point. But like with Obama, he wasn't making a whole lot of money before he got in, but it skyrocketed afterwards because he's got a very. I don't care what you say, good or bad about Obama. He presents himself well. He's got a good speaking. Trump sometimes is like, he says it's from the heart, and you're like, dude, just chill. Right. But like Obama was like, man, he could capture the crowd, and he kept it clean, and he was cool, and all that stuff. So I can see Obama coming in and making a whole lot more money later on. But
Trump just needs to not say what he thinks all the time.
Just
let his actions do the speaking.
Yeah, exactly.
His actions were like his. Because if you showed things that Trump did and then Obama did, a lot of people would have chose the Trump stuff. If you didn't tell them who was running the country.
Yeah, I've seen videos where they're actually saying, what do you think about when Obama did this and this and this? And they're like, yeah. Or actually Trump did it. And they're like, what? And I've seen those videos in the street, right? You're right about that. 100%.
It's 100% true. And it's like, Trump, just stop talking. Like, I know a lot of people who said they voted for Biden because Trump was on Twitter. And I'm like, well, that's a stupid reason to vote for your president. Just don't look at the stuff he writes. But they're like, he shouldn't be writing that stuff. He's our president. And it's an embarrassment.
No,
what is your
I'll tell you what's an embarrassment, man. A guy falling up the stairs. That's embarrassing. But
I've done that before. Don't make fun of it.
Okay, yeah, but you admitted that. Oh, we got to talk about that.
I was 340 pounds running up the stairs. Okay.
Well, that's different. I got a question for you guys. I see a video you're about to play here, Chris. But obviously, Trump is the nominee, right? He's the presumptive nominee here for the Republican Party. I want to know what you guys think about who his running mate should be, and who either, top three. Who do you think he should pick? Who do you think he's going to pick? And then we'll go from there. Go ahead, Chris.
Ben Carson.
I like him. I like Ben Carson. Smart man, dude. Smart man.
I like Ben Carson.
He came to when he was running for president. He came to the Humble area when I lived in Humble. and one of the high schools that my kids went to, and I was like, oh man, I was gonna vote for him, Carson, and that's when they were going up for the nomination, and man, he was just, I mean, nobody could follow the guy. The guy was just so smart. Everybody just like, what the hell is he talking about? But that's just the way he was, right? But yeah, I like him too. He'd be a good one.
Well, if you ever, I would highly recommend this if you ever had any time and you wanted to, for people that are out there. But his life story, that book, The Gifted Hands,
Yeah,
man.
Under
I mean, raised by a single mother, and I think was it Detroit?
yeah, Detroit,
And
yeah.
she's working 2-3 jobs. Him and his brother, they had to study, all that kind of stuff. She kept on like got to get their education.
Yep.
The guy, and this is what bothered me about it and kind of woke me up. I actually woke up when they bashed Sarah Palin. And I was like, dude, what? When John McCain announced her as the VP, right?
Mm-hmm.
She came out and they had a speech, and I was watching MSNBC. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I mean, I haven't seen a woman as a VP since Geraldine Ferraro. So I was like, this might be pretty cool. And man, after she was done with that speech, the people on MSNBC were just hammering her.
Yeah, they're dirty, man.
And I was like, what? I mean, she hasn't even been out long enough for, to have all this stuff. I just thought it'd be like, well, there you go. There's the, all that kind of stuff. So when Ben Carson came out, and I'm like, yeah, I remember being a kid and seeing him on TV talking about how he separated those twins,
I remember that,
and all that stuff. And I was like, that's the same guy. This guy's like he's a genius.
He's a brain surgeon, dude. It's like,
I'm like, okay, this is
why wouldn't
dude.
you want that guy to be over policy? Because he can obviously make right decisions. He
can make educated decisions.
To save lives, right? He makes life-changing decisions, life or death decisions. I like a guy like that. He can actually work well under pressure, right? And he's obviously, you got to. Not anybody can do what he did. I'm sorry. You could put 1,000 men in a room, probably 100,000 men in a room, and there's gonna be one guy that can do what he did. And now, you know what I mean? So it's a gift. He's a gift, 100%. I like Vic. I would go for Vic if Carson's not on the ticket.
Didn't he? Isn't he like?
They just I just read an article. Vivek, he's chose he's not going to choose him. He's going to use him for a cabinet position.
Good, even better. I like Vic, man. I like Vic dismantles, man. Anybody that he just chews them up, man. I love him, man. He has a filter. He says it in a nice way. But he is like Trump, man. He's just like boom.
Yeah, those two together would be kind of.
Dude.
Oh, I brought this up in
meltdown. They'd be crying.
Ben Carson did brain surgery on my friend's daughter, saved her life. Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. Shit, dude. Can you?
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was great, and then they just started hammering him. I'm like, I can't even take you guys serious because I can't take politicians and media people serious at all. I can't, because if you come to me and you say that I think it's a good idea that we cut the grass on Thursday, and it's like, okay, that's a good idea. But then other people have opinion. No, you can't do it on Thursday. Why? Because you want to do it on Thursday. I mean, these people, these politicians, media people, it doesn't matter if it's the right thing to do. It's if you're for it, I'm against it. Yeah, and I don't even care. Like Ben Carson, what had Ben Carson done at that moment when he was coming out? They're all like, it's terrible.
I mean, he only saves lives. I mean, but
he only saves lives.
But does he have diplomatic experience? He's an Uncle Tom. Yeah, Clarence Thomas. It's freaking ridiculous.
What was it? They were. I swear I saw. I know that they've said this about Trump and other people and everything like that when he was running 2016. He's like, they're inexperienced. They don't know how to run for that kind of stuff. It's like Obama was a first-term senator. What are you talking about?
He didn't really show up to vote. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He went from first term to president. You know what I mean?
You can reach people. That's experience enough. That's all it takes. You have to
go. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. And we can go round and round about pros and cons of Obama and everything like that. But I can stack up a few things that he did good, and I'm sure you could stack up things that he did good or he didn't do good, and you could go round and round. But some of these presidents, man, it's like, dude, come on, you can't even show up. I mean, it's not even worth it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm in the same boat with you, Chris. I mean, politicians, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Oh, so he is open to. I thought
Bloomberg released an article 2 hours ago saying that.
Oh yeah,
I don't know how much I believe it. All that stuff. It's it's.
Oh yeah, you got to get to this video. Oh, you keep. I don't know what you're talking.
Well,
about.
I'll say this: that guys, we talk about politicians being corrupt and all that stuff. Obviously, on a federal level, but the most corrupt and the most tyrannical is in the local governments.
Yep.
Your city councils, your school boards. I mean, crazy stuff going on. So get involved. I live in the Harris County area. Harris County is so
only
corrupt.
Focus on the top, and they don't focus on all that other stuff.
Oh yeah, the judges and the DAs. I mean, we're getting that in a whole nother conversation. But go ahead. All right, so you're gonna play this video. We were talking about this earlier, guys. Obviously you guys have seen it. If you haven't seen this, you haven't heard about it, then you probably just woke up. So this is what happened. This is what's happened in the news cycle in the last 24 hours. Trump was in I think he was in Ohio, and he was talking to he was in a speech. He was doing a speech, or he was at a speech, or he's at a rally, and he used the word bloodbath, and he was talking about it would be a bloodbath if Biden were to win the election again. It would be a bloodbath in the auto industry, in the industrial industry, right? Auto industry. He's talking about
because what he's saying is that China is building massive factories in Mexico, and they're going to make the vehicles and ship them across the border.
Yeah.
And Trump's like, you're going to pay 100% tariff on that, and
yeah, if he wins,
right.
He would do 100% tariff, which would be amazing. Right. Which, yeah. So he used the word bloodbath, and of course, in just as expected, the left media, I would say the arm of the Democratic Party, which is the media, all of them took that phrase that he said out of context, and they're making it sound like he's talking about that we're going to go to the streets, and and there's going to be literally a bloodbath if he were to lose. It's not what he meant, but Chris has a video because everybody on the left is just saying, how dare he say that? I mean, it's so unorthodox. What kind of man would say something like that? I mean, what is this guy, a lunatic? And then, of course, we're going to play something here that shows that, strangely enough, he wasn't the only one that used that phrase. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, hold on a second. All right, can you tell me if you can hear it?
Yeah, that's Mr.
But as
Maldow.
Politico.com reports tonight on the, quote, bloodbath at the RNC.
Headlines calling it a, quote, bloodbath. Be a bloodbath. Not only is it going to be a bloodbath, but after they leave New Hampshire, it's a bloodbath on her home turf. That's really tough. Trump has left a lot of corpses in his wake. I mean, we can count the bodies as part of the, quote, MAGA drive to take over Maricopa County. And the headline refers to it as an impending bloodbath.
Columnist Charles Blow has a new piece for the New York Times entitled A Biden Bloodbath.
2018 midterms, you can bet that they 100% are fearing a slaughter. In fact, the word bloodbath and massacre come up frequently.
The Republican Party will be destroyed. It's going to be a bloodbath.
There's going to be a bloodbath one way or the other.
Bloodbath for Bernie Sanders. It's been a bloodbath. They're shaping up to be a bloodbath.
Head off a bloodbath in next year's crucial midterm.
Off-year elections are often a bloodbath.
This week's bloodbath for Democrats, a bloodbath at the ballot box.
There could be a Republican bloodbath.
They'll talk about a bloodbath.
It's a bloodbath. I have to talk about you. And
It's going to be a bloodbath all day long. Is in for a bloodbath.
Hasn't been a bloodbath on the way down.
Donald Trump bloodbath.
Be a bloodbath.
Predicted to be a bloodbath. May not be the bloodbath.
It would be a bloodbath.
More of a bloodbath.
It's going to be a bloodbath in November.
Possible Biden bloodbath this November.
A bloodbath on Wall Street.
There's going to be a bloodbath
in Alabama into a bloodbath.
Obviously, there was a bloodbath. It was a bloodbath. We're down 800 points.
This bloodbath at Department of Homeland Security.
and it's a bloodbath today.
There was going to be this bloodbath.
Election bloodbath.
It could be a bloodbath for them.
Bloodbath, possibly.
Bloodbath that went through with the Attorney General.
Bloodbath 99 days out.
The bloodbath is going to look like
Presided over a bloodbath in the diplomatic corps.
Absolute, in my opinion, bloodbath. The Democrats are
Calling it ticket sales turned into a bloodbath. Ticket sales for singer Taylor Swift's latest tour.
It's safe to say the fans had a bloodbath for the company after the fiasco.
You ended it with Taylor Swift. So the point is that okay.
Damn Swifties are coming for us now.
Yeah.
Right?
Man. What a bunch of yahoos, man.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the whole point of it is that it's
propaganda.
They did
man.
the same thing every time that he says something, and it's not just him. That if you go back to like Romney, and you just go back, and it's like, guys, just this is where people pick up these independent, social media like X and stuff like that. Like Benny Johnson, that came from Benny Johnson. It's like, I mean, you make these guys so much more popular. If this is what I would envision, if legacy media would come out and say, okay, we've destroyed the trust with you. We're going to give you the information and let you decide. And just that, I think people would start being like, all right, start coming back, but nobody trusts them. Nobody. I mean, even the hardcore liberals that I know are like, oh, I don't even watch them anymore. So
that's the problem with news is it's not just giving you just like they'll show a clip, but then they give you their thoughts on that clip. I don't want your thoughts. That's
yeah,
not
they're supposed to be journalists, but they're they op-eds, right? And it's like, whoa.
They're narrating. They're narrating their thoughts inside of it.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that I can't.
Tell me it's going to be sunny outside. Don't tell me you hate when it's cloudy. Just
exactly,
say
yeah. Exactly,
I don't want your opinion.
Yeah, I cannot even, that comment, man. I can't even, that tears me up. I can't believe that we're doing, another thing that I know
Same here,
just
Same here,
coming off the top of my head is like, explain this to me though. So for the last, what are we talking, 8 years, we have been listening to Russia collusion, right? So they're saying an outside power is interfering in our elections, right? So then why there's a couple of people that I've a couple of reports that politicians are trying to get illegals to be able to vote in local elections. And I don't know if it'll be national, whatever, or state elections, whatever, but like local elections.
Florida, they're doing it. I'm not Florida, California. They're trying to do it.
And my thing is, if we're so concerned about non-citizens interfering in our elections, then what's the difference with these local elections having non-citizens voting? I mean, it's like hypocrisy to me. It's like
well, Chris, it's very simple because they'd be voting for the Democrats.
Well,
of course they want that. I used to be like, well, what I used to remember them telling me, well, both Republican and Democrats want illegals in here because Republicans want cheap labor, and Democrats want, voters, right? And I used to think, okay, so they both want this.
Right.
And I agree. They probably, they're still same side of the coin here. Same coin to two different sides. They're still the same coin. However, it's very evident now there is a faction of the Democrat Party that they straight up want illegals in here. There have been millions since Obama has or Biden has been president that have come in.
7 million. It's like over 7 million.
And where the hell are they at right now? They ain't going. I know Trump says if he becomes president, he's going to do this deport. He ain't deporting 7 million. I'll tell you that right now. He may get 500,000 or something out, before, and they're going to be all kinds of, they're going to come at him, with all kinds of cases and everything. But point is they're here and
living in the airport in tents in Chicago.
Yeah. Look, as an American
people
citizen,
in Chicago are mad. I have seen a bunch of videos. Like this.
I went to pick somebody up. There's a whole section that's closed off, and it's all the illegals there.
Dude, man.
At baggage claim.
The Democratic.
My mom. Sorry, Terry, go ahead.
So the Democrats are losing their biggest every 4-year voting base. They're waking up.
Well, they're losing them now. My neighbor, the one neighbor that I had that was like hardcore liberal, he's now saying he's an independent.
Yep.
So I
think everybody should be independent. I think everybody.
4 years ago, he was like, "I will never ever vote nothing but this Democrat." He's like, I can't vote Democrat.
yeah, exactly. You
Well,
know,
there's so many more like conservative black talk show hosts now that are coming out and educating their neighborhoods, and it's making inroads. I mean, and so they're losing that vote that Eisenhower made that famous quote, which I can't quote on here, about certain.
Oh, not Eisenhower. That's
LBJ,
Johnson.
LBJ.
LBJ, sorry.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, could
they're
you
losing-
imagine?
I'll say it. No, don't say it. No, but I know exactly what you're talking. You know, my dad would tell me about LBJ all the time. Like, you know, he said this one thing, and it's been true. You know, and it's the truth, right? It's exactly what. But they are waking up. You know, I have. You know, I'm obviously Hispanic. If you guys didn't know that, I'm of Hispanic descent.
Isn't your whole,
You're Irish.
Isn't your whole household minority? Right?
Yeah. You know, I come. You know, my daughters are half Asian. My wife's Hispanic. I'm Hispanic. So I'm all mixed up. I'm a mutt, right? The thing is that, look, as an American, especially someone that's from Texas, you know, I'm concerned. I'm absolutely concerned about the crime that I see that's rising here. And I live in the Houston, you know, area, outskirts of Houston. But when I go in the city, it looks like Chicago, no pun intended, but it looks crazy. I mean, it's just
I don't even go
crime.
to the city.
I mean, if the thing is you can literally cross a freeway, cross a neighborhood, and it looks like third world, you know,
Right.
And it never used to look like that. You know what I mean? It never used to look like that. And that's only happened in the last, 30 years, and as I've been paying attention. And I've had daughters. I want my kid. Oh, yeah. And in Chicago, it's like Detroit, right? Or even Detroit, it's like you literally go one block over, boom, you're in third world, man. It's dangerous. I remember going up to the Windy City many times up in Chicago, and I just remember just like they were telling me, look, you can, I'm doing my thing, going to the restaurants and walking the city, and they're like, don't go over there. You will die. Like, what are you talking about? And it's not like Texas where, I can conceal carry or nothing like that. I mean, I can't take my arms with me. So here, it's a little different. However, I'm just really concerned. I'm really concerned where this country's going.
Did they ever fix the water in Flint, man?
No, it kind of fizzled out. The whole story did.
Like I live in a neighborhood where we're 95% Hispanic, and all of my neighbors that are Hispanic, no matter how they got here or when they got here, they all want Trump to close the border. They're all voting Trump.
Yeah.
Because they're seeing that not enough of the right people want to come over and make a better life, because they empty out the prisons, and people come from other parts of the world to come in to the back door and bring fentanyl in. So, I mean, all my neighbors that get to go to high school that can't prove how they got here, even they're all voting. And some of their parents don't even speak any.
Well, to me, I see it a little bit different. I think it's ignorance, stupidity. I think that why would you want, you're selling them false hope is what you're doing. So they get here, maybe they're going to get some money. They're going to get themselves a phone or something. They're going to get here. First off, the traveling, the trafficking and all that kind of stuff, all the different, the drugs, all that, they go through quite a bit to get here. Okay. And some of them it might not be that bad or whatever, but a lot of them do. And then they're going to get here and they might get something for a little bit. Then they get used to that handout from the government. When the government takes that away, they're screwed.
Well, all my neighbors are what do you call them? Tradesmen. They're craftsmen.
Yeah.
They work, like the bricklayers, they're tile layers, they're electricians, they're framers, plumbers. And so that they just work all year round, and they just swap out. When they go slow, they jump and they all work together. And they're just
in this
and
neighborhood.
That's the only problem that I have with the whole situation is that okay, they get here, you're going to take care of them for a little bit, and then politics are going to change, and they're going to cut it off, and then they're going to be stuck high and dry. And it's like you sold them false hope in the beginning,
right?
So,
in the neighborhood that I'm at right now, I mean, there's still a lot of construction going on, and I mean, I'd have to say all the houses being built in this neighborhood, there's probably 20 that I can count right now. All I see are men not women, maybe one or two women I'll see in there, but mainly men. They're on the roofs. They're doing the framing. They're building the houses. It takes them about 3 months to build the house, or just a bit longer. But they're all Hispanic. You know, they look Hispanic. I mean, they could be.
Well, I mean, it might be racist, but I think Hispanic people, I think that they are some of the most hardworking, dedicated to their job. They do such good work on almost anything that they do. I mean, it's something that
I like it when you compliment me like that. I really appreciate
No, I'm serious. I mean, and a lot of Asians. And I work with a lot of different people, and I'm telling you, but I work with a lot of great people in all races and stuff like that. So I'm a little biased because
people say the Greeks are the best.
The Greeks are good at math and science. Okay, we've already established that, Greek. Okay,
we invented it all. Okay,
I concede. You know, I've already.
We know that. Some of us on this panel, we love Whataburger, right?
Oh yeah, I do.
Listen, if anybody gets on here and says that they like that, what's that one place?
In-N-Out.
Dude, you can't be on here and say you like In-N-Out.
Even like in Whataburger, ingredients, you know.
Check it out. I gotta interrupt everything. I want to be gentle about it. I want to be careful about it. But my daughter sent me something from TikTok about someone having side effects to eating strawberries.
Oh no,
I don't think that's real.
I'm not gonna say it on here, but I'll send it to you guys, and you guys are gonna be like, he was right.
Well, it's probably somebody over 50 and their testosterone levels are below 50.
No,
100%.
Yeah,
somebody's got it,
dude. All right, I'm gonna send it to you right now.
I sent it, man.
Who the hell I still don't get that. Like,
bro, dark chocolate covered strawberries. What?
They're good.
Yeah, good. Yeah, they're good. Hell yeah,
I was gonna send Chris Cruz some chocolate covered strawberries for Valentine's Day.
You might have sent them back to you. Return the sender.
Yeah. All of a sudden, we're here from in the coma.
Back to me, and they would have been smashed.
Hey, while he's looking that up, what's your Second Amendment back there on your wall? I can't make out what that is. Oh, your left shoulder, Kryptonian.
What is that? Say that again.
What is on your back wall back there? I can't quite make out the gay.
That's an
your doorstop.
My doorstop. That's an H&K MP5 or SP5 actually.
Okay. I can't make it out. It looks cool.
I actually got I finally got a can on it. It's the Omega 9K. I'm probably gonna be doing a review on it. I love it, man. Silent. It's a suppressor. But to me, it's made for that guy over there. But that's my doorstop. Thank you so much for recognizing that.
Nice piece of artwork.
It is artwork. Yeah, it's so pretty. You know, it's iconic. You know, to me, that reminds me of Die Hard. You know, the best Christmas movie ever made. You know what I mean? So
even Bruce Willis says it's not a Christmas movie.
I know. Even Bruce Willis. Speaking of Bruce Willis, man, the guy, man, poor guy, man. You know, I know what his health went to.
You know what? Listen, it's all going to happen. But that guy, actors. He's had a wonderful life, though.
He has.
I mean,
man.
I couldn't, you know.
Right. You're right. It's not like and you know, he's got people that actually love him. I'm talking about not only his family, but which is most important, his entire family is there to take care of him, which is what every man wants and every human being wants, right? Yeah. But he's definitely left a legacy. He's going to be remembered not for how he was, but how he once was. He made a lot of people gave everybody. You remember being a man, watching those movies, like hell yeah, man. You just felt like he wasn't built like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? But but his acting, he just made you feel like he was a superhero.
Right. Who's your favorite action hero from the 80s and 90s?
Me is Bruce Willis.
And
really? I'll tell you why. Because in the 80s, because Die Hard, obviously, because he was just normal.
Die Hards were good movies.
But but in the 90s, I would say maybe early 2000s, he did a movie called Invincible. Have you guys seen that one?
Oh yeah.
Where he played that, to me, that was amazing. I love M. Night Shyamalan. You know what I can
Shyamalan.
Yeah, that guy's a really good director.
Yeah, he did when he did that movie. I was like, it completely blew my mind.
Terminator's not a Christmas movie.
What's up, Barry? Hell no, man.
Hell no.
If Barry says it's a Christmas movie, it's a Christmas movie.
What about I like Kurt Russell too. I liked him back then.
Who's that?
Who is it?
Russell.
Oh yeah, Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah, I love me some Kurt Russell.
Tango and Cash.
Yeah, Tango and Cash. Yeah, Escape from California, Escape from New York. Remember those? Those are really good.
Yeah, but hands down, Sylvester Stallone.
Cobra.
Okay, so Cobra was good, man.
Look at
Rambo
the
was like so
range.
funny.
But the range of movies, a boxer just knocking it out of the park.
Rambo, or not Rambo, Rocky was the
Rocky, Rambo.
I can
You
watch
just
Rocky
name it off.
anytime it's on.
hell yeah, dude. And
Anytime.
I want to go hit a bag, even though I'm too damn old to be doing that shit. Yes, I'm telling you. Yeah, you're right.
I bought a
Sylvester
bag
Stallone.
for the Rocky.
And even
then
as
you
he's
realize
older,
those bags are hard. And they
You're
hurt.
right, Chris. You know,
yeah.
Sylvester Stallone's to me, he's different from all of them.
He left
'Cause he is-
California. He's in
He
Florida
is
now.
straight up, and he
Yeah.
is a great actor, man.
And
I
he
think,
left
you know.
California because
yeah,
of
you
patients.
can't. He
Where's he
does.
at now?
He does.
His
Well,
story's really
Florida.
good too.
He's in Florida
he
now.
lives,
Yeah.
he lives right down the
Awesome.
road from Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
I love Sylvester Stallone, man.
Well,
I
Chris
think,
is telling me a story about his daughters and how he had his daughters trained by the Navy SEALs before they went to New York, right?
really, that's
Yeah.
badass. Yeah.
He does a show with his daughters, man, and he did pretty good. But Tulsa King,
Oh, I love
think
Tulsa King.
Tulsa King, he just came out with it like last year. It's an excellent show.
Love
It's a good
Tulsa
show.
King.
Tulsa King. What
I
is
mean,
that? Is that what Sylvester
it's-
Stallone?
Yeah.
He's
What
the
is it,
main
like
character. He's a mob guy.
He's a Guido.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen it, so that's actually pretty good.
Oh,
That's actually-
dude.
Yeah, I thought it was really
okay.
good.
Okay, I have to watch that.
Yeah, he's
I know what
really
you're
good.
talking about.
But if
Like,
you
I
take
think-
with Sylvester Stallone, he does all kinds of movies. He does it where he's an action guy. Even in the last First Blood movie that they had, that was a real good movie.
That was a really good movie,
you know,
man.
he goes down there and
it
gets
was
his butt whooped.
completely politically incorrect. I love it though,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean?
Well,
That's
he
what
also
I'm
does
thinking.
Expendables.
He
Oh,
does.
yeah, Expendables are good.
Expendables. He does
Yeah.
the Guardians of the Galaxy. He's in those. He does.
Yeah, that's right.
He-
We can't
he
talk
even
about
did-
Marvel. Those aren't actually movies, but go ahead.
Yeah.
So
Well,
for
I think Guardians is better though. I
So
like
for
Guardians
it.
is
sure,
funny.
like-
Guardians is funny. I like of all the Marvel movies. Guardians is to me it's entertaining. The
Yeah,
other
I like
ones are
that Chris
cartoonish.
Pratt guy. I like him.
Yeah, he's pretty
Would
funny.
you notice, like Stallone's short, right?
Yeah.
He's a short guy.
So what's wrong with that?
Okay, no. But you ever notice how big his meat paws are?
No, you got big old fish.
Look
What
up
are you
some-
talking about?
What you talking about? No, but do you find some pictures in Expendables where he's pulling that revolver out? Like that thing is like his hand swallows it.
I didn't even notice that. I have to look at
He's got meat hooks.
No paws.
I'm on Googling the size of Sylvester Stallone's hands. That comes up my face.
No,
Oh,
no, I
was
bet
like,
no.
what the hell are you looking at?
Now we're gonna have to start talking
Oh,
about Trump again.
Yeah, but
They're small hands.
keyword is meat paws, right? There you go.
Meat paws, yeah. When he
It's
punched
not
his,
as gay. Is what you mean?
no. His hands look as big as Tyson's hands. You watch Tyson train just with his wraps on.
Oh, you see Tyson training for that fight?
Oh yeah, Logan Paul.
He's still scary as hell.
Dude,
I wouldn't fight him. I mean, no.
Let me tell you something. If Mike Tyson told me that he said, "Look, you're my bitch," I'd be like, "You're damn right, I'm your bitch."
I'd be like,
There
"Pay
is
me
never-
$3 million."
Chris is gonna
I've
be like,
seen Mike
put it down,
Tyson
let's see,
fight,
go on.
dude.
What did you say, sir?
I would not take
Mike
a punch from
Tyson,
that guy.
dude,
No.
never.
No.
And
You know,
I'm
he's
a
gonna
big
make
fan.
millions off this fight. I hope he does. You know,
One of his stipulations is it has to be the biggest pay per view of all time.
I hope he does, man, because
I'll
he
buy
got
it.
ripped.
I'll
He got
buy it.
ripped by what the freaking Don
Don
King.
King.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I hope he
Listen,
makes billions,
listen.
man.
This one's going on Netflix, I heard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mike
In the
Tyson.
90s,
He goes
in
down
the
as
90s,
the
I
best
bought
fighter. to me.
all those, all those pay-per-views, all that kind of stuff. And when Tyson, right before Tyson went to jail, Evander Holyfield, it was like he was like next up, like he had like the next up, and Evander Holyfield and Tyson in their prime. That would have been an excellent fight.
Holyfield
And then
was a
when
bad
they
dude.
fought later,
Holyfield was a bad dude, man. I got to meet Holyfield. I almost got to meet Tyson, and I
That's
like
exactly right.
Yeah. But dude, Tyson, man, to me, dude, he's just an amazing thing to watch.
When he was training as a 12-year-old, he was fighting 21-year-olds in backroom matches and stuff.
He's in his 50s, right? Like he's
57. He's like 57. years
57.
old. Yeah.
57.
Yeah, he's older than us.
Still scary. as shit.
I'm telling you, man. He
You
will.
guys gotta
not-
watch that slap fighting. That
Yeah, I
is-
love it.
I'm
Oh,
addicted to
man.
that crap.
Slap
I've
fighting.
been
What are you talking
like,
about?
you stand there and you literally
never
slap
seen
the
that?
guy,
Yeah, yeah.
and
No,
they
no,
have 30 seconds to recover, and then they slap you, and it goes on for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
These guys are nuts.
I thought you were talking about the bare knuckle boxing. That's
No.
crazy.
The
That's
super
crazy.
heavyweights get slapped, and the one guy goes, right in the guy's face. And I'm like, what? You just got whamboozled.
Yeah, I mean,
nuts.
ain't nobody
These
stopping
guys
him,
are.
man.
Yeah, and if this Tyson fight, you might be right. It might be a cash grab, but I'll tell you what,
100% is.
if Tyson
Still.
gets a hold of that guy, and he's going to do permanent damage. I'm telling you, I've never seen people like they don't talk the same after Tyson's hit them, man. They just they don't walk right, they don't talk right, you know. And it's like he was
Like instant
devastating
CP when you get hit.
Well, what I like about him, man, he wasn't like 6'5", 250. The dude was like a average sized guy, man. He was supernatural.
When was the last time that he fought?
Roy Jones Jr.
2005 or something like that. It was damn near 10, 15 years ago.
Oh, he did a bout with Roy Jones.
Was that Expedition or was
Expedition?
it like okay.
They gave him a draw, which pissed me off because I bet on Tyson to win.
Well, they
and
did.
I should have bet on the draw.
And you can see a couple times back then, like Tyson went for a headshot and slowed down because they had an agreement not to try to knock each other out.
Yeah, they had headgear on because they had an agreement to like.
Well, I heard
it was
I heard
3
this
years
fight,
ago.
Oh, was it 3? I heard this
3
fight
years.
they're not supposed. Tyson doesn't want, or maybe even Logan as well. They don't want it to be exhibition because then you have to put the gear on and
They already
heavier
filed for
gloves.
license in Texas, man.
Yeah.
TDLR, they filed a license for it. And Tyson's on TRT, and one of the rules to get your license in Texas, you can't be on TRT. So how soon before or after does it come off to test, or just test afterwards? But he can't be on testosterone, and that body he has is testosterone help body.
Yeah, I mean at his age, obviously, you know. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it. That's just natural, right? It's natural.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know, man. I think Logan. I mean, how old is Logan? Like in his 20s,
27?
late 27.
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean,
So you think it's going to be a legit fight?
If they go pro, not exhibition, I think it'll be legit. But hopefully it doesn't turn out to what Logan did in Mayweather, because they fought too, didn't they? Where that was weak.
That was those two guys just taking a paycheck, and you could totally tell.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, I don't want to see what I don't want to see is I don't want to see Tyson get beat the hell out of him. I don't, man. I love the guy, man, and
they haven't announced how long the rounds will be yet, and they've not announced how many rounds will go.
Okay.
That's why I haven't seen it anyways.
Maybe there'll be 3-minute rounds, 10, 12 rounds. I don't know what it's going to be, but hopefully if Tyson can go the distance, I don't need Tyson to knock him out, because if he does, I won't be surprised.
Oh,
if
he needs to.
If he doesn't, I won't
So
be
many
surprised.
people
But what I don't want to see
Dude, I'm
is,
telling you, this is Gen X, man. This is the fuck around and find out generation. And this is what Tyson's going to do.
There you go. There you go.
It has to be body blow, uppercut, knock him up off his feet.
Yeah.
Plant him.
I've seen Tyson with that uppercut, man. And oh my God.
I'm gonna tell you why.
You see their spirit comes out of their body.
I was like 8 years old. I bought
they
the Mike
lift off the
Tyson's
ground
Punch Out Nintendo game, man. And I could never beat his ass in that damn Nintendo game until I was a damn teenager.
Such a good old school game.
Yeah, remember that game? I love that. So to me, man, Mike Tyson's just he's iconic to me. He goes down as one of my favorite. Like that, when I remember my childhood, I remember Mike Tyson. So
I think he walks around about 220, going to fight around the 210. I walk around at 240, and I feel like I look small next to him.
You know what? That's an interesting point that he's making here. Says it'll end up being a draw. Will make Logan look good. Yeah, and I hope it's not that way. I hope it's a legitimate, like Tyson goes out, messes around, Paul. And I hope that he doesn't go out there and act like he's,
even
like
if Tyson quits at the 6th round, right? But he gives the best 6 rounds of his life, and everybody's like, God, because obviously his age. I mean, at the end of the day, biology. You can't be 60 years old fighting a 30-year-old. Unless you're jacked up, right? But if he gives his all in half the rounds, and you can go stop the fight, fine. Obviously, it's over. He can't go the distance. But I want to see him. I just want to see Tyson at 60-something years old be able to go toe to toe with a 30-year-old. That's going to give me hope. Yeah, at my age, you know what I mean. I'm like, damn, if he could do it, shit, I need to get back in the gym. Right, Terry? And I get back on the mat. And I'm 420. I mean. Very.
And he wears Vans too.
Who Tyson?
Vans equal 420 basically.
I hope it's a legitimate fight. I mean, I hope nobody gets majorly hurt, but it's a legitimate fight. And they, if Logan Paul out there if he can box and everything like that, although That one that
he can punch though. I know he can hit though. I know that.
I don't know about that. That dude seemed like he had a glass jaw, man. I watched that video repeatedly, and it was like,
who
dude,
did he go up
went
against?
down.
Did he get knocked out? Who knocked him out?
No, the Paul brothers didn't get knocked out, but he knocked out.
No,
Woodley,
he knocked out
Woodley, the MMA fighter. He knocked out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The wrestler.
And he hit him, and bam. I was like, dude.
Didn't he fight the NBA player? What's his face?
Yeah, he knocked that guy when he was
he killed him. That was it.
I watched an MMA fight, and I forget who it was, but he's one of the legends of like UFC 1 through 5. And he was fighting a guy half his age. And like the first 2 rounds, he did great. Then he gassed, and he didn't come out.
You're talking about
Marshall.
not Liddell, but
hey, we can't talk about this, dude.
Oh
we're
yeah,
talking about Fight Club.
Yeah, we don't talk about. Marshall, how you doing?
I think I know
me
you're talking
versus
about Terry.
Kryptonian in the ring. Who wins?
Who's that?
Who?
Me versus Kryptonian.
You versus
I would say that you win
that's-
because you have longer reach.
Yeah, you're like what 6'9" compared to me.
I can't hit anybody though.
Yeah.
Well, his arms hang down to
I'm
his
a
knees.
short guy, man. I'm a short guy, but I mean I can kick. But you know,
5'8"?
You can't kick far enough out.
me, I'm
Yeah.
not 5'8". I wish I was 5'8". What?
I just
You need
Oh,
to
that
get
for sure. I got a big advantage on reach.
Yes. Greek is always going to be a distance fighter, and Kryptonian, you're always going to be up close melee fighter.
I can grapple, right? I mean, I know.
Yeah.
You have to because you can't,
but
because they
here's
can
one-
literally hold you back and beat the shit out of you.
You're the one hugging constantly.
How
To,
tall are you?
give me to
How tall are you,
5'5".
Kryptonian?
I'm 5'5",
Oh,
man. I'm a
wait.
little guy. I'm a little guy. So here's the
Rick,
thing.
you
But
6'4"?
I can kick though. I can
six-
kick,
6 foot.
and I fought. You know, and I used to do karate and all that shit. Taekwondo. I had obviously my legs are longer, so I
How tall are you?
5'5".
No, Greek.
6 foot.
Why is it say you're as
Let's
tall
do
as
it, dude. Let's do it. Let's go. All
Other
I can say
guys
this
are
Greek
Yeah,
is
I
I
I'm
hope your
like,
knees are good, man, because I'm gonna take them out. I like to.
I'm
keep
like
knees.
5'10", 5'11". You're a little taller than me.
There's some
My
crypto
son's like
guys.
6'2".
Well, I thought in that picture he looked a little bit taller than you. I think I remember you guys took a picture
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
I thought he was saying. I thought Terry said he was 6'4", and I'm like,
No.
you weren't that much taller than me. I didn't.
I
think
wish I
you
was
were
6'4". I would have made it a lot further in my basketball career.
Shit, I wish I was 5'10".
Terry's like 6'2".
No, I'm 6 foot, man.
Big dudes, yeah. Well, it's all good.
Terry would kick the shit out of all of us and
Yeah,
still
he will.
not spill his
He will,
drink.
man. He will. He just freaking did that damn.
We're like this. Hold this for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Terry
bro, why
be
you got a
like-
knife? Terry's like, we don't. He's got knives everywhere, man. He's like,
Terry will take that knife from you. And then he'd thank you. He'd be like, "Are you okay? You all right?
Get a
I
souvenir.
know I just kicked your ass,
Yeah,
but are
yeah.
you all right? You okay?"
you're gonna bleed right now. He's
There-
like Liam Neeson. I will find
Man,
you.
I like him. He actually trained in one of the arts I trained in. But
I don't like Liam Neeson. No,
I like some of his movies, like Taken.
no. Some of his
Taken
movies
is
are
good, and then
fine,
they
but
just had to keep going with it. Just-
Right.
I've
Keep it
made a
accurate.
personal decision that I'm not going to participate in any of these goofballs out there that make movies, and Matthew McConaughey is the same way.
Yeah.
These guys make these movies about shooting guns and all this kind of stuff and all this violence and everything, and then they go on these tirades about how gun control, people shouldn't have guns and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, I mean, Matthew McConaughey went to the White House and was talking about it. And I'm like, dude, you're sitting there making money off of. He made that movie. What, The Gentleman? Everybody in that movie is killed by him or his bodyguard. I mean, he's shooting everybody, and he then a month later he's in the White House saying that we need gun control.
That is true.
So
He
you
could
got
turn down the movie.
teenagers
Honorable
sitting
mention.
there watching that Gentleman movie, and seeing how that they glamorize all that kind of stuff, and then go, do something stupid. It's like you need to be.
That's why I like Keanu Reeves, because Keanu Reeves actually
Trains and stuff. His stuff.
he trains
Yeah.
this stuff. Yeah, you know who his trainer is.
What,
right?
Terran Tactical? Is it? He's at Terran Tactical. Is
Yeah.
that
My buddy
with
teaches-
Halle Berry and all that?
My
Yeah,
buddy
he's a nice
teaches
guy,
me
too.
about print that system
Really nice dude.
in Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, what is it? Gunjitsu or something
No,
like
it's no. Chris said it. Terran
that?
Tactical.
Terran Tactical. Well, there's the guy that actually, what's his name? Something.
What
Cohen.
he said? I whoop all you guys, but I'm too nice.
I
Listen,
won't. Thanks, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm gonna tell you right now, nobody's
You
gonna
wanna
whip my
whip my
ass
ass.
because I carry every day, and you'd be on the ground like
Yeah, I'm too
holding
old
your
to throw.
knee.
I'm too old to throw punches, man. I mean, I will if I have to, right?
The Greek carries
yeah.
the all natural.
Boom.
Yeah.
Look, just because you
Look at
got
that.
tats, don't mean you got tat, all right?
I know it
Yeah.
hides the flebs. Yeah,
Oh,
I can do
it's-
this.
it's
People are like, oh
Elon.
yeah.
You know what the problem is with this generation with getting tats now is back in the day, in Chris's day, when you had a tat like that, that's a bad motherfucker over there. Don't mess with him. He got
Yeah,
tats.
now you're just.
He just got out of prison, but now you got tats. It's like, is that what are
see
his
an old guy
pronouns?
with tats,
That's
you're
a
like,
he,
"What's the
him over
difference?"
there.
You see a young guy with tats, you're like, he's just
Yeah, he's like, they got pronouns and shit. You know, it's like, you know, you already know it's just for show, right? It's just for show.
That's why Alec Baldwin got in trouble because he's a gun guy, right?
yeah. Oh, yeah, he's a gun guy, right? Yeah, for real.
That's a tragic situation there.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not a big
I heard
fan
they
of
opened
him,
up the
but-
case again. I heard they opened up the case again.
They
Like,
did.
Yeah.
There's only one YouTuber I'd want to put hands on, but we don't talk about him by any of his names. He used to make funny videos, and we always talked to him a long time ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was ready to.
I was gonna say, I used
yeah,
to
I remember that
make
guy.
fun
Yeah.
of it.
Oh, that guy. Oh, he, him. He goes by.
They them. He's a they them he.
He's a they them. I remember that guy.
I'm
I'll
very
tell you what,
docile.
man.
The older I get, the more docile I am. So
The more docile.
Yeah, actually, the older you get, the more Lori's keeping your mouth shut.
yeah.
Yeah, you're like, it's not worth my life.
She must be in the other room right now because in a few minutes he's gonna get yelled at. What are you talking about on that internet?
You talking
Oh
on
no,
that damn
she's
internet.
walking in now.
Yeah.
You heard Chris talking about just defend yourselves as a human being.
He's defending your honor. That's what he was doing. He's defending
As
your
long as
honor.
I'm defending her, I can do what I want. But I just can't like get mad enough to. There's times I can't go to the grocery store because I'm just not in the mood to be around people. What's that picture of, Chris?
Oh, it's a soap.
Oh, got the soap already showing you.
Oh man, I used mine all up, guys. That stuff was good, by the way.
You shouldn't use it up. You take little pieces of it.
That's what I'm talking about. He's like, oh yeah, it smells good. I had it in my office, and then I have it in my office at work. And
Greek,
it
I need
just
your
smells
address.
So
Greek.
good.
This one makes me hungry, Chris.
Smells good.
Does it?
Which one is
What
this?
soap is it?
It looks like a brownie.
That looks like one of those chocolate ice
I was gonna
cream
say like a
sandwiches.
s'mores.
Peanut butter? No.
Is that a Twix?
Oatmeal. Here, smell it.
Oatmeal.
If you can give me your address, somehow, Greek, I'll send you.
Oh, just ask Brian Legend. He flashed it all over the internet.
Yeah. Go to,
Okay,
go to
there's two YouTubers I may want to put my hands on. That's the second one.
Oh man, that guy.
Barry, what are you talking about, Barry? I don't weigh that much.
But see, I just tell folks that Chris has the pressure sensors in his driveway, and then his German Shepherds are trained. So
Yeah, they come out. They
these
fly.
is 50
No, I got the camera.
We sent you the bourbon one, right?
Yeah, that bourbon one's gone. The one that's here now is the sandalwood.
This is the one we sent you.
That's the bourbon.
That's the bourbon one.
Yeah, that's the one that's in my bathroom.
So when you cut in small pieces on your drives.
Yeah, I asked Lori one time. I was like, Lori, should I cut pieces up and like put them in pocket when I go on dates and stuff like that?
So you do date? Fucking do it.
Damn.
Well,
Another thing he's got.
Kryptonian.
Oh yeah.
In your inside your castle that you're living in right now.
My castle, yeah.
Castle
my
law.
whole,
Castle
yeah.
law.
Castle law. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, castle law. Do you watch those furnitures that have the magnet locks that allow you instant access to your?
I have those all over the place.
Nice. Every 3 steps.
Every 3 steps. So I love me some Kevin Hart before he got all woke, but Kevin Hart does a very the comedian. It's a pug.
Right.
He does a. Have you seen his gun safe? Have you seen his gun compartment bit? Kevin Hart, the comedian. Google it. It's hilarious. That's my house. All right, it's funny because he actually gets robbed. Right, so he got robbed up in California. Where in communist California, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
And then he made a comedy bit on it about how now he has guns all over the house. So Google it, Kevin Hart.
I have when it comes to Kevin Hart, I have a little bit of leeway on that because he like literally didn't really do anything wrong, and they all came after him and tried to cancel him, and he lost his. What was he doing? The Oscars or what was it? One of the shows that he was doing. And like I thought it wasn't bad what he said, but it was like, dude, It's like he hardly did anything, so he just
And they
he
still
just
went after him.
stays
Yeah,
back,
trying to-
you know.
It still went after him, and he's doing good. I mean, he's hilarious. I think he's one of the funniest comedians out there. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, he's the to me he's the as funny as Eddie Murphy. You know, and I'm just saying he's just
Eddie
so
Murphy,
witty.
man. Eddie Murphy back in the day.
And then
Yeah,
Hollywood turned on him too.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, they turned
Hollywood
they
turns on
themselves
everybody.
Yeah, eventually they do. Well, it's one of those things that they love you until they hate you.
Yep.
Yeah. Which about like I don't train as much as I used to. I don't train at all. I just kind of do things. I've had some people come around. Hey, do you do private sessions anymore? I'm like, no, because I don't want to get back to being beat up all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Terry be like, what are we gonna get, Terry? Remember when when I go down there, we're gonna go. What were we gonna eat? We were gonna eat a steak or something like that.
Oh, I forget, but
we were talking about that, and we were gonna have we're gonna eat steak and drink bourbon and have Lori come pick us up.
Yeah, because once I start drinking that, I can't get in a car. I mean, I can't get in the front seat.
Well, if you're gonna be in Austin eating steak, drinking bourbon, you better call my ass. I'm gonna tell you that right now. All right, I'll be.
Oh
there.
yeah, we're gonna be
a good time. Smoke some cigars, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's
I can
my
do
whole-
cigars.
Yeah, I'm not gonna turn that off, but I'll show you guys backstage that all my bourbon over there and my cigar, my humidor.
We got some good steakhouses about 10 minutes from my house, so like 5-star restaurants.
What was the one we were talking about? Like some big steaks or something. What was it? A restaurant or something?
Yeah, I'm not sure which one it was anymore. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, we were going to go to this restaurant. It was something like you go to this restaurant and you eat a certain amount or whatever, and it's free. And we were gonna go do that, and then we were gonna go home and take a nap and go do it again.
Oh, yeah. You're taking a hibernation. You ain't taking a nap, dude. You're taking that reminds me of Uncle Buck. Remember that movie, Uncle Buck?
Yes.
I remember that. Yeah. And you can't do that, man. If it's free, it ain't worth it. Okay, I'm telling you that right now.
The old 96.
Totally not worth it. You feel like
the old 96er.
You feel like shit for 3 days. You're like, forget this.
Not me, man. I love red meat, man. Just I feel good.
You feel like it because you feel like shit because you can't shit. That's the problem. It's just like get out of my body, man.
Hey, you eat good meat, man, and you know the difference.
I ate a 5-ounce steak last weekend, and I was.
That's a lot for you, isn't it?
You know it's good when it can be 4 to 5 ounces, 6 ounces in it. And that's enough, right? That's
more than enough for me.
Tender, man.
Get some bison steak. You're trying bison steak?
Yeah, I had a steak with Greek. You had steak when we went there, right? Did you have steak that night?
I think I did because you
They had
guys all
chicken
ordered
nuggets.
steak. And
But
I took half of it home because I can't finish anything.
Yeah. But I had a couple of fillets when we were there.
So when you work
a couple
muscle on Greek,
man.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if you want
protein, bro.
Hell yeah.
I'm starting to lift now, and I've actually gained 30 yards up back on my golf drive. So I'm
nice.
Like
getting that strengthening going.
30 yards. That is awesome.
That is.
Well, because I lost all the weight, so I got down to where, like, when you saw me, I was paper thin, I was 165.
Whoa.
Yeah, you were thin. I was like,
I would lost a lot of my muscle, and my drive. I was averaging like 285 on my drive, and I was down to 240 last year. It was really bad, but I was still fine with other clubs. Now I'm up to 270 back on the drivers.
There you go.
Nice.
We're getting there.
270.
Yeah,
where do you want to be? Like, where do you want to be? What's your average?
What, 330? That's what most everybody shoots for, like 330.
Come on, John Daly, what you got there?
Right now, I'm happy with where I'm at because I'm actually the most accurate I've ever been.
285. I'm happy where I'm at.
Yeah.
In terms of weight, I'm back up to 182 now.
That's a good weight for your height.
That's a good weight for your height and everything, right?
Yeah, the doctor. This was doctor's orders. He said I got too thin. I'm like, you did such a good job. What's
what's up?
Yeah,
Gus?
you.
Yeah,
what's up, Gus? Oh,
there you go. What's up, bud? Haven't seen you in a while, man. Good to hear from you, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're still traveling in the country there.
Yeah, traveling around. I'll be doing some traveling real soon.
When's graduation? June what?
May 26th. But it's not even that. We'll probably be. He won't even make his graduation. We'll be in Destin by then.
Good for him. He's gonna. Never mind. That's personal life. I don't know in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get some tattoos, and we're gonna be like hanging out, and then we're gonna go our separate ways for a bit, and
let him go do his thing. Come back and compare notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife and I. Besides last week, because we have all 3 grandkids here, and my oldest daughter here, and then my 4th grandchild was here a couple days during the week. We've been working out 4 days a week consistently for a few months now.
Yeah, I know you sent me that message when he was like, "It's like, how's your day been going?" We went worked out, everything like that. I said, "Damn, dude, he's an hour behind me, and he's out there." I was like, "No, I just got out of bed, man."
Well, when I was 48, I was deadlifting 550 pounds.
Yeah, but you had you didn't rotator cuff? Is that what it was? What?
Yeah, that was way after that. But yeah, that's when I was teaching martial arts back then, when I was in my peak physical fitness in high school at 205, I ran a 4.40. So.
Oh, I was the opposite. I was built, but I ran like a turtle.
But I ran the 40 4 years ago, and it was like 8.5 seconds. It was great.
Yeah, me.
I pull my hamstring now.
The 40'd be like 3.5 minutes with me stopping to get a smoking and like a bourbon on the way, and
I tell folks, only
get a cigar.
Is if you touch my kids or my wife.
I don't. If you see me, I tell my kids all the time, you ever see me running, someone's coming after me, or you better run too, because something's going to explode.
If you see me run, there's a comet about to hit. Run for your life.
I don't. I'll just call the bank and cancel my credit cards. Let me do. I'm not chasing
you and Lloyd run a lot, don't you?
We work out. We don't run. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you guys were running the other day.
We wanted to run, but my knees can't take it. And at the gym we go to, their ellipticals are horrible, and I can't really run on a treadmill. I've been in combat sports since the 3rd grade, so I tore my knee wrestling the very first time, 3rd grade. First year I was a all division champion, and then I was all regional in my 2nd year. And then I've been everything ever since then. Things get beat on. But the last concussion I had during my last car wreck, dude, that messed me up for a month. I was like concussion drunk for a month.
The key is to
you say a month, or you still are?
Well,
because there's times that I'm talking to you, I'm like, man.
No, there's some residual effects. Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'm like, I'm not sure if he knows I'm talking.
Yeah. And I try to text real fast, but my texts come out worse, and I'm like, I'll try.
Yeah, every once in a while, I'll be like, it's too early in the day for him to be drunk, so I think he's just he's trying to do it too fast or whatever. But
yeah,
that's cool. So, Gus, where are you stuck in Florida?
How can you be stuck in Florida, man?
That's I'd be stuck in Florida.
Stuck in vacation,
he
man.
He could be in the villages, Chris. He could be in the villages.
Oh, in the villages.
Yeah, he's stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, you ain't gonna catch me in the villages.
Nope.
Destin's my place where I go, so that's where I like to be.
In Disney.
Yeah, I don't want to be in Disney either.
That's the world of the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
My brother just took his kids to Disney. He's like, it's nuts. Don't take 3-year-olds to Disney. It's bad.
They come back like 8-year-olds. It's crazy.
He came back. He's like, never again. They're running all over the place. I'm like, yeah.
My daughter's about ready to. My one daughter's about ready to come back from Alaska.
Nice.
She'll be in Florida probably the end of the year, and then my other daughter is having her first baby in June. So.
Oh, nice.
That's so cool, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, I got to run down to Destin the beginning of June and be back for the end of June.
Yep, my oldest, I remember she's getting married here in a few months, up in August, and she called me today, and she's like, "Hey, Dad, I'm going to go to the doctor, and just get ready for when we get her whole health thing going." So, it's like, is everything okay? She's like, "Well, I just want to make sure, like, that when I get ready to have a family." And I'm like, "Wait, what? Hold up, pump your brakes, kid. Like, hold on, you gotta get married
what
first."
What do you think you get married? What do you think?
I know, but I'm not a grandpa yet. I'm not ready for that. I actually, you know what?
It's
bet you
awesome
will.
being a grandpa.
As you
It's
get
good.
one, you're
Yeah,
ready.
you can spoil the kids when you're a grandpa.
Yeah. I
I
guess
know.
I'm not. At first, I was like, whoa, but
That's how
I'm
I
just,
miss an uncle.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
even being an
uncle
is
and
a little
grandpas
small.
are great.
I just
Hell yeah.
spoil them and then I'll go back to your father now.
Yeah. Yeah, but so what do they call you? They just call you what? Theo or Theo? What do they call you? Uncle? What's the Greek word for uncle?
Theo AJ. Theo.
Theo. Yeah, I'm a Theo as well, and
Oh.
it's cool, right? But my nieces are the same age as my daughters, so I don't have any nephews, and so not my girls in my family, and it's cool. I wish I had some younger ones though, because I like to spoil them, kind of do
Oh
a
man,
test
every
run.
time my daughter gets on the phone with me when she was in Alaska, and the kids are on there, they're in the background. She always FaceTimes me, and I'm like, "You want to come to Papa's house? I got ice cream and candy, and no bedtimes,
strawberries, right? No
No
strawberries.
bedtimes. Yeah, we don't
no
sleep.
bedtime."
We don't sleep here.
My granddaughter, she's like, "Papa, Mama won't let me do." She said something. I said, "Oh, tell her that Papa said it was okay."
Yeah.
And she gets so mad. My daughter's like, "Stop! You know it's funny, but she won't do something." I'm like, "I don't care."
Yeah. How you like them apples?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can come.
Yeah.
She can come to Papa's house and get away with murder.
Yeah. Like, remember all those times, yeah.
Marshall wants to know what color Chris's loofah is.
What's that? Loofah be what? What color are your loofah?
Because
it's up with the soap, I think.
Yeah. Kind of.
Oh, I don't know if I use a soap, but you know that men's something, but it's like a scrunchy thing with like a pad,
Yeah.
I forget what it is. But I have one of those things. I think it does great for your skin.
Yep.
It does.
I don't know if he was meaning that seriously or if I
have absolutely no idea what you guys are talking about.
I'm gonna bring it up.
America.
The damn screen's so light.
Sunlight's my is my freaking moisturizer.
You don't use like any kind of like a scrunchy thing. You just
no, because my wife uses it when she's not using. I don't want to ask for it. It's kind of weird, awkward, right?
You put like soap on your hand and slather it around and everything.
Well, I have some nice smelling soap. Well, actually,
It's very white on. It's very white on.
Mr. Terry sent me. Miss Terry over there sent me something. It smells really good. But I like the I like to smell good. Don't get me wrong. But I've always had the blessing of having soft skin. I've never had.
So you're the keyboard warrior. That's why.
Yeah. I never.
Man, you got to get out.
You
got to get out.
Work outside. Well, yeah,
He's got to get his hands dirty like a man over here, man.
Yeah, don't you drive a truck?
I know you ain't talking Greek. Forget it. Keyboard warrior. Yeah. You type 80 words per minute. Come on, man.
Damn, the skin's coming out of my hands. They're so washed, Shit.
Terry, I can't say nothing because he breaks arms and stuff, and you got Chris up there.
I just do this for a living. Cut hair.
CIA operative, So, but me, I'm just an IT.
We're not going to talk about that anymore.
That's redacted.
You have been redacted.
I was wondering if you're going to cash now. You're like, whoa.
I heard it. I was like,
nope.
Just
I did not. Just one if I sent some peanut butter cream. No, I don't. No. Franz is talking about some blockchain coming out. I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, speaking of blockchain, guys, guys, I'm involved in Light Labs or Prism Chain. We got it's amazing what's happening in the back end. There's a lot of things happening with it. It's the whole Cosmos network, that whole thing. That's a conversation for another live. But all I can say is this: is that wow, what these guys have been able to do in the background, and no one really knows what's happening with it. It's kind of been in the background. It's kind of the guys are developing it. It's coming together like so. It's like butter. Like everything is falling into place. I'm humbled to be a part of it. I really am. As guys, and I've always said that. If you remember me from back in the day, I've always said that crypto will be my last frontier or my final frontier. And so I'm just amazed to be a part of the Prism chain blockchain, which is which is part of the Cosmos network. So Calichain coin is going live tomorrow, and this is what Fran says, right?
Right.
On Mexi, I guess that's the exchange, right? Mexi. It's a blockchain that goes listed 1 month from ICO finishing. Looks fantastic project. I'm sure Vitru can get listed as well. Easy Nick making excuses, I think. Well, speaking of Vitruvio, has anybody got their validators up?
I don't have validators, so no.
I sold mine.
You sold yours, yeah. I know that they're launching validators now, right?
Yeah, I know NR was getting his 8 up. I think the thing holding back Vitruvio is money. They don't have LP.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it. Anybody watching is like,
and I would say this, at the end of the day, you can go grassroots and try to get the community to build things up. But I don't care I don't care what business or what idea you have. It takes money to do anything at the end of the day. And you can't spend pennies and expect to make millions. I'm sorry. You've got to throw money at this thing. It needs money to, otherwise you're going to have a failure to launch. And I'm hoping the money comes in,
and it was put in a tough spot. So like by me saying this isn't like anything against, but like it's a terrible spot. Brian did his thing. They needed to revamp, redo, rebrand, do a lot of things. But as of now, the multi-sig sits at 200,000. Where's the other money coming from for LP for everything?
Yep. It's like there's no LP for this, right? So 2,000 is going to can get washed up pretty quickly.
It will get washed up. So now that's why you're seeing this airdrop thing, trying to get other people in. I'm thinking all this is ways to get other people in. Then they're doing the locking up of Vitru, trying to get people to lock up, because the more people have unvested Vitru. This is just from an outside perspective,
Yeah, because you're no longer vested.
I no longer have any skin in the game. Mm-hmm. Any skin in the game. I saw a better opportunity.
Which is why your opinion, you're basically your outside in. You've been in, now you're out, so your opinion matters in this regard.
Yeah. So. Plus, a lot of people were asking, why did I sell out? Why did I do this? I never was planning on getting rid of my node. I sold out on the OTC all my coins because I saw opportunity to go into Bitcoin at the point. Bitcoin was still at 40K when I did this. So I was like, oh man, this is great. Now look at where Bitcoin is. I'm almost 2x on that. So that was fine. I wanted to get in other investments. So then I got offered to sell my node. That's a good one, actually.
Why does that look like a jock?
Yeah.
Where does that go exactly?
It's got one rough side and one. Yeah, that's.
Oh, that's his loofah. Oh, that. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
All right, yeah, I'll be ordering. Well,
that's how I look in the shower too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, there's no tat, so it's not you. That looks more like me than you, but let's.
That guy does.
Yeah. That's actually pretty. So that's what you're using, Chris, right there.
That's what he's using.
We can't hear you talking about your shower moments.
You're muted, Chris.
You're on mute. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not scared to talk about it. That's what I use.
Yeah,
I'm scared. I use essential oils.
I'm glad you're not afraid to talk about it. Just don't show pictures, okay? I don't want to see pictures.
Okay.
Right? Listen, if women can sell their feet pics,
whoa!
I can sell my pictures on my arm.
Enunciate a little bit there next time.
I want to apologize because I had no idea he was going to take it in that direction. I think that
seriously,
I speak for all men out there. That was gross. That was gross, Chris. You do that again, and it's time out again. So.
I'm gonna have a whole fan. I'm gonna have one of them
OnlyFans
fan sites. What is it?
OnlyFans, just for your
OnlyFans. I'm gonna have a OnlyFans for me scrubbing my shoulders with my loofah.
You'll do this big bubble bath up to here.
I think the only one that actually will subscribe to your channel is going to be this guy. I'm just going to throw that out there. That's it.
Yeah. Barry would be like,
yeah. Barry's like, I already got pics. I was messing
what
with
are they
Barry.
talking about? What were you guys talking about, Vitruvio?
oh yeah, my node. I was never planning on selling. Somebody offered me money and I saw it as an opportunity. I'm like, okay. Plus, I have all this bad blood. Brian's been coming after me. You know, he threatened me online. He's been threatening me text message every week. He sends me a threatening text message. So I'm just like, you know what? I want to put this crap behind me and just, you know, I wish the project well, but like personally, I just wanted to get away from it because I have so much bad memories with it. So I have no skin in the game anymore with Vitruvio. I still air.
Gus and I are on the same page too.
I still air their downloads every Friday on my channel. I don't speak bad about it. I am part of the Revive DAO. We do have a big Vitro stake, 1.8 million coins. So I do have some, actually, that way I do have some skin in the game, but I'm really not paying attention to it otherwise. So if you guys ask me questions and I don't know the answers, it's because I'm not paying attention to it as much as I was. But I do wish it the best.
So what you're saying is there's a chance. I'm joking. No, but I appreciate you chiming in. I know you've been out of it for a bit. I've been out of it for a bit. I've been in Discord. I've been watching and going on in and out of that. But I haven't been on lives and we haven't talked about it. But I definitely wanted to get your take on it because you are on the outside looking in now. Which is the irony is that you used to be like straight up. I mean, on a boat with the guy that created it. You know what I mean? No, you know what I'm saying. But you used to be like, I mean, you were
Inside
like,
man.
You were like teacher's pet. You know, you wore bought the T-shirt. You know, I think you even got a tag that said.
Well, one thing I've learned,
"Be on me forever."
This whole lesson I've learned is never fall in love with crypto. Never fall in love with any project. Make them earn your love. Like you're in this to make money. You're not in this to make friends. You're not in this to like be in a community. Like a lot of these cults, it's like anybody who says anything negative, you're against their investment. If your investment's not making you money, it's not showing you what you need to show, feel free to call it out. And somebody calling that out from the outside, they're not just fudding on you. They might actually see it for how it is. Like,
I learned a long time ago from my aunts and uncles who always have been their own bosses. Build a store, or sell it, do this and sell. I said, why do you sell all the time? You built it. So everything I own is for sale. Everything's for sale. I'm just waiting for the right price.
That's right.
And so they never get married to your thing because if you got out what you needed out of it, go on to your next thing if you want to.
You know, one of my best friends who has gone on to, he and I got into IT together. And when I started my first IT company, he was my business partner. And now he left. He got out of that I would say that industry, went on to doing other things in other industries, and he's facilitated millions of dollars have run through his fingers when it comes to the acquisitions, starting up businesses, writing the business plans, and then of course bringing them to acquisitions and all that stuff. So the point I'm making is back to what you're saying, Terry, is he's always taught me you've always have to have an exit strategy.
Yep.
You know, people, I'm going to start this business and I'm going to make millions, right? That's the goal, right? But what is your exit strategy? At what point in time do you go, I'm not going to work, my goal is to do this 1, 2, 3 years. I want to start in 2 years. I need to be there because of the business plan, the financial planning, and all these things you're going to have in place. And on year 2, this is where I'm going to be, or I'm doing something else, because if I'm not here in year 2, something's got to give. You can't continually just keep going down this damn path and nothing's happening. The point I'm making is that you've always got to have an exit strategy. Like you said, everything is for sale. You can't go, I'm going to go in, we're going to change the world. Okay. At what point in time are you going to be content enough to go like, you know what, let me cut my losses, cut my gains, and leave right at the end of the day. And there's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean that you don't love what you do, because you're probably going to do it again. This is fun. Let's go do another one. Right. Yeah, and that's what he does. Right. And he just continuously does that. He's flipping businesses.
I was told by one of my really rich clients that being retired isn't the lack of work, especially being retire when you're young, but being able to work how and when you want, because you're so specialized.
That's right. That's it. That's wisdom.
Yeah, especially now in a bull run, there's so many projects out there making money, making gains. If you're in a project that's not operating for you, get the hell out. There's no sense in being like, oh, in the future, this is going to happen. Oh, when this comes out, oh, he made a bullish announcement. No, it's got to happen right now. Get it like if you're talking about future of projects you're in, no, there's money printing. Go on Solana, you can throw darts at meme coins right now and make 17x every day. It's ridiculous. My brother's making thousands a week just Solana meme coins. Stupid crap.
Crap, right?
Solana is the place to be right now.
Yep.
It says Vitruvio going to be listed on CoinMarketCap. Does anybody know if that is a thing?
I don't think Nick has said anything about that.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything on it.
Good thing came out of it. All this was you guys forming a great community. Yeah, I mean I keep in contact with these guys a lot. And every once in a while I go in Discord, but I went in Discord and posted something probably a week ago. It's a pretty long post, but somebody was running their mouth again. Hey, Greek, appreciate your direct words and honesty, mate. Thanks. Yeah, that's awesome.
Because we know one thing about the Greeks. They're honest. And they're good at math. There you go, Greek.
Yeah, when the math doesn't math and you tell somebody it's not mathing and they tell you you're a moron, then you want to just punch the wall.
That's the truth. That is the truth.
That's my date. That's my every day.
I think you said that's your date. I was like, damn, what kind of date you going on?
That's my argument daily.
My date yesterday. Yeah, I hear you, man.
I care too much too. I don't know why I still bitch about that every day to you guys. You guys are like, why do you still care?
Yeah, because at the end of the day,
I won't name names.
You don't need to. I think you care because that's just who you are, man. You're always trying to do the right thing. At the end of the day, yeah, we're all here to make money, but not at the expense of others. You know what I mean? You're not trying to rip nobody off. And when you see it blatantly happen, like that guy's literally like lying to your face. I gotta say something, you know. And then when you say something and then his minions attack you, it's like, what the hell's going on? Like it's weird. It's weird. It's almost like the federal government. It's weird. It's
actually very weird being on the outside. Like now I know how, you know, the people we called fudders, how they feel. Cause you're like, when you're on the outside, you are looking at it objectively. You don't have like, but when you're inside, you have to just stop with the hopium, stop with everything that you visualize and just be like, does this look good? How does somebody on the outside see this? How does somebody who's never heard about this project see this? And if you seriously have red flags when you ask yourself that question, now I see it like that. Man, look at that chart. Look at, why would anybody put money in this? And you got people, oh, you're just a fudder. This is going play. You're like, are you serious? Go on the streets and show people your chart. Show people your project. Tell them what it's about and see if anybody would throw any money in it. If you can't get one person to even say, yeah, I throw money in that, then probably what are you doing? And yeah, I know most of these meme coins, but hey, when they're going up to you can make money on them. At least, you know, you have that. But
there's a different approach though, right? Like if you're talking about meme coins are completely different from like, hey, go get into this blockchain, right? Or this ecosystem that's going to be producing meme coins or whatever. When you're talking about meme coins, it's like, hey, the opportunity isn't take that meme coin to the moon. It's take that one. They're all going to step you up to the moon. It's not one's going to take you. There's going to be quite a few that get you to where you want to be. But when you're talking about projects, it's a little different. And you know, I like what you said that when you're on the outside looking in, and this is what you said. You said if you were to take, this is what I gathered from what you said. This is my takeaway. If you're in a project and you're married to it. And then if you actually take the time and go present it to someone else that knows nothing about it, and if they don't want to buy in, and if you've spoken to 10 people and not one person or 100 people, not one person wants to buy in, it's probably not a good project to be in, right? If you can't sell it, that means obviously then it's not worth selling, right? And you know, and I've actually experienced that in the last few months. You know, I'm you know, where I've actually brought. I have people with some pretty deep pockets looking at some of the projects that I'm in, and they're going, yeah, we're not that impressed. But I'm like, nah, man, you got to understand, you know, this is going to be the greatest thing, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, I mean, you say that, but we're actually looking at it and we're watching what's going on, and we're not that impressed. And these are guys that actually have very deep pockets. So I actually learned in the last few months, I've learned I've actually experienced exactly what you're talking about, Greek. So,
Yeah, and it's
well, I think that what I found, this is one of the biggest things that I think I learned over the last year, is that some people out there make fun of the utility of a token or a coin or whatever of crypto. Listen, we're on the verge of everything being tokenized. Everything. You're talking like your deed to your house, they're already doing it. Everything's going to be moving that way. You're going to have companies, mainstream companies, that are going to be on the blockchain. And in the business world, if you have people that you're around that think that utility doesn't matter, those non-utility things, meme coins, they're fun, but they're fads and they go away. They'll eventually go away. If you create a utility and you tokenize it, you're going to do well. I don't understand how in crypto they're like, what's the utility? Like making fun of it. And it's like, that's life. That's everything. Because right now, look at Greek. Greek loves the Cybertruck, right? He's married to it. He's gonna be a part of it. He's gonna get the truck and he's gonna have it, everything like that. That's a utility. So I mean, everybody's got something. A lot of my guns, the things that I do, and everything like that. It's like you got to have some type of utility, because what I've learned over the last year is I spent a whole lot of time dealing with a lot of different issues that had nothing. I'm not making any kind of money off of these. It's not passive income. You know what passive income is? Buying real estate, buying something that pays you in legitimate money. I'm not dependent on other people. The only thing I'm depending on is an act of God. If there's a tornado, a hurricane, or something like that, that's my assets. Those are the things that I have. And I'm not dependent on some guy from Australia that could suck a big egg.
I hate to say this, though. If you look at every DeFi project without any utility, without any some way coming in, outside revenue coming in, all you are is basically a Ponzonomic token.
It's player versus player.
It's player versus player. And when you realize this, when you got all these people, and I'm not going to name names on projects here, you'll have people in a Discord all being like, oh, let's all hodl to the moon, hodl to the moon. That's great. But when you have a finite liquidity pool and everybody's fighting for that liquidity pool, dude, the person saying hodl to the moon might be the one selling on your ass, getting you to hodl. This isn't a team sport here. So you got to look at it. It's all Ponzonomics. Oh, we need new holders to come in. We need new holders. And making games and burns and stuff is not a utility for any token. I don't care what anybody says.
Right.
Because the liquidity pool doesn't give a shit how many tokens you have in circulation. Oh, we only have this many tokens in circulation. It doesn't matter. It's the relationship of how many tokens of one asset versus BNB are in there. And that's the only thing that determines price and the give and take of that relationship. So whether you have 300,000, like you could burn half your supply and have 300,000 tokens in circulation from 600,000, and that LP ratio stays the same, your price is the exact same. Nothing's changed other than people thinking better, and that positivity will lead them to want to buy more. And that's all people think. It's just a way of
those
playing
things are fun though. I mean, there's tokens out there and things that I'm a part of that I would be like, oh, I like it. I enjoy doing, the different things that you got to do with them, but there is no utility unless you're getting something outside you're generating revenue. And there are a lot of projects out there that are going to want to do that. Well, I would say step it up, man, because you get that built and get it ready and you start earning something, you're going to do well in this bull run. But if you don't have a utility, and I don't care what anybody said, there's no utility. It like making fun like you don't need a utility. You do, because guess what ends up happening is you're dependent on other naive people
they
jumping
fake
into
zero
it.
and they die slow deaths, and then people call
Right.
it the slow rug. This is what the crypto slow rug is. It's basically you have nothing going for you, and it's always when this comes out, it's going to be bullish for us. When this comes out, and you have to keep doing that, but nothing is bullish. Like there's so much money to be made and there's so many, and I'm not saying you can't make money on crap coins because there's plenty. You can make tons of money on this, but don't sit there and just stay in one. If it's not making money, get out. Because over the last 5 months, anybody who's been throwing hundreds in Bitcoin a week is doing very well right now with their returns. Like, I made triple what I lost in that idiot's project.
Yep. In the last Bitcoin run that we just had, I've made like what I guess potentially what I would have made with all my projects in the degen, and I made it in like 3 weeks in Bitcoin, in my gains. And I would say 3 weeks, in 3-4 days is when it kind of went up. But so Bitcoin, that's why I love Bitcoin, man. Absolutely. I am degenning in some things, I'm still doing some trading, but
it's an addiction. You just you
it
get
is.
into these other things. You're like,
degenning is an addiction, but you have to know when to get out. Like that's the problem with most people get in these plays and they think it's going to just keep going up and to the right, and then they end up missing the out point, and then they get left holding the bag. And that there's a lot of that.
Oh yeah,
that's the problem.
And that's actually the nature of the beast here, right? That's just the way the game's played. So I no longer look for the 100x's, not even 20x's. I'm looking for the 10x's.
Honestly, I mean, tops. I think I have the advantage than most everybody that we talk to in crypto, because me being in Bitcoin for so long, Bitcoin taught me how to hold.
Yeah.
So I have real.
It didn't teach you how to hold, Chris. No one taught you how to sell it. There's a difference.
No, I didn't know how to sell it. Okay, you're right. I didn't know how to sell it.
That's the easiest way to hold. I don't know how to sell this shit.
But then when I did sell and take a realized gain in like 2018 or whatever, I was like, okay, I got this left, and I was holding it, and then it was just every time I look at it, just kept going up, and after a while, it was just like, I'm never selling my Bitcoin. I'm not going to have the realized gains.
Going up and to the right, damn you.
Yeah. And my kids are going to be the ones that reap the rewards on my Bitcoin, not me, man. Because it's like
instructions how to sell it.
That's my take there, Chris.
Figure it
That's
out.
exactly what I want to do with it. I have my business, and the things I'm working, my vesting that I'm doing across the board here. It's not just crypto. It's all over the place. I'm very diversified. But yeah, crypto to me is one of the pillars of the foundation of the legacy I'm leaving my kids.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be able to leave my kids, millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, but they don't need it, because if it goes to zero, they've got the other things I'm trying to leave for them. So, which is real estate, right? So, but yeah, but I like it because it's so exciting, though, right? You look at it, you're like, I'm not going to sell that. What keeps me from selling is not because I don't know how, Chris, because I actually know how to sell it. It's because taxes.
You know what? There you go.
Well,
there's not a reason I
was talking about selling Bitcoin, so I was going to remove him from the screen.
He's got to go. You can't talk about selling Bitcoin, dude.
I'm just saying that what I'm saying is I don't sell. It's not because I don't know how. I don't sell because of taxes. Look, I sold some Bitcoin.
Damn you, government.
To buy the house and to get into the house, and then of course I'm doing taxes. I'm like, shit, because I got to pay.
Did you add an IUL to that trust like we talked about?
Yes, I did. But so the one I actually sold the Bitcoin out of is not the one I used in IUL. It's a completely different one. Okay. So the one I have a couple wallets, right? So the one that I used for the house, I had already planned to do that. Well, when you actualize those gains and you drop it into your checking account, you get a 1099, right? The point is that
it depends on how long you had it too, because if you don't have it for more than 12 months, it's 37% tax, dude.
Right. It was no. This one was about 4 years. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't get hit with the highest bracket, but I still got hit.
Short term.
Short term capital gains, right? But it wasn't short term. But it was that plus all the other income I have coming in, and it adds up, right? And so I'm thinking I'm going to take this chunk and I'm going to put it down on a house to pay down the house, and it's like, half of that shit goes to taxes, you know, and
No,
it's,
don't
and
do
that's,
that. You lose money if you actually think about it. That's why. I mean, some people may totally disagree with that, but I don't pay down my house because I can take it. Say when I get equity in my home, I always take the money out and put it into an IUL, which will earn me a higher percentage than the interest rate that I'm paying on my house. So I'll make 12% on average, 10 to 12% over the lifetime of an IUL, and I'll pay 4.5% on my house. So it's like I'm making way more money off that money.
I know exactly what you're
than
saying.
it's sitting in my house and growing equity.
You actually told me that about
equity that you
a year
can't
ago.
use to do anything with. You don't do anything with. It's really cool to say, yeah, I got this amount of equity in my home.
And,
okay,
right, okay,
yeah,
exactly.
That means
when you actually told me this,
who likes equity? People that want to take the equity from you.
Well, sure.
People that want to give you loans. They want to take your equity.
You didn't do a reverse mortgage, did you? Because of your age. I'm just kidding.
No way. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, if I get any equity in my house,
They told me it wasn't reverse.
Yeah, no, but you actually told me that we actually talked about this about a year ago. And so when I was buying the house, I was like, no shit. I remember you talking about it. So I got it set up that way. So yeah, absolutely. When I got into
it
this
creates
house,
generational wealth, man.
It does. It does.
It's not worth anything.
Compound interest.
It's not worth anything for maybe 1 or 2 years, maybe 3. Yeah, and even just for that matter, just say 5 years. An IUL isn't really worth anything 5 years. But you get into the 20-year range, you literally can be getting paid, depending on what size IUL you have, you could be getting paid like 5 times what your retirement is for 20 years. You know, so I mean, either you can take it or you don't. But to me, and the great thing about IULs is that you can take some. It's not the perfect thing, but you'd have to look at different ones. But you're insured if anything happens to you, and then that funds your trust that you passed on to your kids.
Yep. And
then you have it in the trust that they have to buy an IUL for their kids. So, and that's what happens. It just keeps going. Each generation gets paid more and has more of a trust fund, and it just keeps growing. And that's why you create generational wealth.
Yep.
Your great grandchildren will be multimillionaires before they're even born.
You know what's amazing about you sharing that with me, Chris, is when my dad got sick. Okay, he's got some property, he's got some retirement.
Yeah.
And then now he's living with me and I'm taking care of him. And he didn't have any of that stuff set up. You know, he just had his house and some
people don't think about it, man.
Right.
But if you think about it, this is the part that it makes me I would hope that anybody that ever listened to me on anything, they would think about this, because you're insured. So you have car insurance. Most everybody's got car insurance, right? You have insurance on your home. You have renter's insurance. You have all these different insurance. Well, you don't have insurance on yourself. If you set up an IUL and you're insuring yourself, plus you're creating generational wealth later on. So it's kind of like a double whammy. And it's not worth anything at the beginning, but later on, it's worth something. So I mean, I say everybody, IULs may not be for you, whatever. Talk to an insurance person, get yourself a trust set up and get that ball rolling, man.
I got the ball rolling, and you're right. I've always had life insurance, right? And I've got the term. I've had the term for years. I've got kind of a hybrid. I've got a term that I've had since I was in my 20s, and then I've got the IUL, whatever, where I'm insured, right? And I'm dumping money into that. Obviously, it's building equity, to some degree, or it's going to build a cash value over time. And I love the fact that if something were to happen to me, like right now, my family's taken care of. Obviously, pays off my debt, my kids, everything's taken care of. My family's taken care of. But if I get to live to be 70 years old, well, I'm going to have some cash. I might be able to borrow against my own policy here.
No, you won't borrow an IUL. You'll be paid.
Well, I'll be paid. You know what I'm talking about.
You can set it up.
Well, I can borrow. Well, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Don't borrow it. Because see what happens is you're not borrowing an IUL. That money is yours. It doesn't take away from your balance.
Correct.
So
correct.
if you set it up and you paid into an IUL, like say 20 years, in the last 5 years, or you do it for the rest of your life, you do it like start at 50 and you say you're going to go to like 90 or whatever. And you say, I'm going to pay into it for 20 years and I'm going to get paid out in 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
You're still going to get what the value of that insurance is. You're just going to be paid out basically the profits that it compounded for that time. So you can be making a paycheck if you set it up right. You could be making a paycheck for the last 20 years of your life, on top of Social Security and other things that you would be doing.
Well, Social Security won't be around when I think you're using the last of it of everybody on this panel, but because it's not because of our government, not because of you, Chris, because of our government. I don't think it's going to be around, honestly, but I did set that up, with the trust and the IUL and everything, for myself. But I would say it was my dad didn't even know to do any of that stuff. So as I began to explain things to him, obviously he's up in age. It doesn't benefit him to do that. Nonetheless, I did set up I did set up the trust with a lot of his assets and everything, and as I began to just kind of map this thing out, I truly. And I really appreciate the advice that you gave me. You really gave me a different perspective on how to look at these things, because now I'm thinking about my daughters and and their kids that they're going to have, and and it's really started with my dad because he's because of what he has. It made me kind of go, oh crap, something needs to be done, because that could it was all for nothing. You know what I mean? Now he gets to help. He's going to help contribute to leaving a legacy for his great grandchildren, hopefully. So. But it's all about, it's all about what right? And the more actually, if you don't know what you don't know, you're just basically,
if you don't know, just say you don't know, and don't listen to a guy on the internet, go get a book about the Rockefellers. Just read about what the Rockefellers, how they created their wealth. So, and it just passes on from generation to generation. And you'll understand a lot more. And there's tons of people out there that would help you, but don't listen to an internet guy.
Yeah,
guys,
Gus
I gotta get going.
Yeah, I got to get going too. I want to read what Gus has got to say. I'm gonna head out. But after you secure everything for you and your family, go enjoy life. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. Trust me on that one.
That's 100% true.
That is great advice, Gus, and I appreciate everybody and all that kind of stuff. I know that it's been a while and everything like that. I don't know when we'll be back on, but we'll see how our schedules go. What do you got to say, Kryptonian? I know you got something.
Oh yeah. We'll
give us words of wisdom.
Yeah, right. I'm the dumbest guy in here. I'll tell you this: we'll be back again, guys. This is a lot of fun. I love talking about my friends here. I always have takeaways every time we get to talk. I always learn something from each of these guys, different walks of life, but we all have the same goal in life, and that's to take care of our families, take care of ourselves, and to take care of the people closest to us. So, I mean, I couldn't ask for a better way to spend my Monday, man. So I really appreciate you guys. It's been a while, but I'd absolutely say inspect what you expect, guys. You are who you hang around. And if you're hanging around with a bunch of idiots, then you get what you pay for, essentially. And I definitely don't feel like I'm hanging around a bunch of idiots. Like I said, I always learn when I'm with you guys, and I really appreciate you. Thanks for having me on, and I'm looking forward to the next one, as always.
Well, thanking us for having us. You're the one that did this.
Well, I just asked, if you guys are busy, I know we're going to go on a YouTube live.
I was given 45 minutes notice.
Yeah, I know. I thought we were on a Zoom call the whole time, and I realized, oh shit, we're live.
Greek was given 45 minutes. I was given like 50 minutes.
You were like, oh, hey, but what are you doing?
And Terry was giving even less. I told Terry when we were going live, I was like, he's giving 15 minutes.
Yeah. Well,
I'm cooking dinner.
Chris, I know you were out of town over the weekend. You said you're heading back in. I wanted to meet up this weekend.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'll let you get in. I know how it is when you're traveling and stuff. So I said, let me hit him up, about an hour before we go live.
That's a guarantee you should make it on time then, right?
Yeah, but like a true friend you are, man. You always come through, always come clutch, man. I can always count on you, so I appreciate you for that. As well as you guys, Greek and Terry, man. I love you guys, man. And you guys are always on my thoughts, my prayers, and I know it's been a while since we've talked. right? And got to actually talk to everybody listening. We appreciate you guys. We love getting up here, cutting up, man, and hopefully something sticks on the wall of some of the things that we've said. You know, our biggest goal, and at least for me, is to hope that I can teach somebody to not pay stupid taxes, you know, because I've paid quite a bit in my life. So, if I can at least save somebody from doing that, you know, then that's what I'm here for, I think.
Yeah, and I owe to the tax man.
Yeah, same here, man.
I'd rather owe the tax man than he has my money.
Yeah,
he's got my money interest free. I don't like that. So I'd rather owe the tax man. So Terry, you got anything you want to say?
It felt good to be live with you guys again. And like Kryptonian is saying, you know, you kind of smell with like the fish you swim with. It's not how you said it, but you know, you are with the people you hang out with. You know,
absolutely.
Yeah.
When I was a punk running the streets, I was pretty much a punk. You know, so
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it to your face, but you know.
Oh,
I'd say it to his face.
Yeah.
He's such a nice guy. He'd be like, "Really? You think so?"
Yeah,
you'd be like this. I'd be like this.
You can't even find my buttons. That's not who I am. I've been that person. That's not who I am.
Lori wouldn't let him beat up on me. She'd be like, "Stop it."
My daughter would beat me up if I did that.
Yeah, she'd be like, "You're beating up Santa Claus."
Yep.
You know what'd be funny though? If you actually picked up Chris and slammed him, and a bunch of loofahs just fell out of him.
You can probably AI that. Make an AI of that.
It's a shame that Kryptonian had to leave early.
He just hides loofahs in his pocket.
I forgot you had that button, man. Yeah.
I don't even know where the loofah thing came from.
I don't know, but you knew where to look for it on Amazon.
No, because someone asked what color your loofah was. We were talking about the soap.
Oh, did someone take him off there? Took himself off?
I just
My bad, yeah.
Like,
I dropped my
I think I'm the least exposed of all you guys in crypto. Like y'all know more than me, and so you know I can call anyone. I don't talk to Greek off the air, but I'm sure if I could, he would. But I've talked to the other guys, just ask questions randomly. You always been open. These guys act the same way off the air as they do on the air, guys.
Yeah,
Honest
I'm
people.
an idiot. Sorry.
Good bunch of good. When I was in my echo chamber as a crypto enthusiast, I wasn't making any money, so I've learned how to make money.
Yeah.
Now I get to learn more too. So I like hanging out with you guys as much as these guys like to hang out with us. I hope.
Take profit early and often.
Yeah. Take it.
Don't hold the
Take
bag.
it. Yeah.
Don't sell your Bitcoin. No.
I mean, unless you're gonna.
Don't sell Bitcoin. Don't
sell
sell
Ducati.
I've got one I don't sell, but when it goes up, I'll keep the profits and then sell those. I want to sell I want to sell my bag.
You hear that, Riggs? No selling Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Told my dog to remind me.
That's the way I see it. All right. Well, I'm out of here.
All right,
Talk
guys.
to you guys later.
It's been fun. We'll see you guys.